tell you once, don't tell you twice. And I'm real discreet, the thief in the night, yeah. If I call you once, I know it's good, I know it's true. I know it's fine, I'll tell you once, don't tell you twice. And I'm real discreet, the thief in the night, thief in the night, yeah. If I call you once, I know it's good, I know it's true. I know it's fine, I'll tell you once, tell you twice.
All these people always lying about something. Sorry, I'm so fly, so what? All these people always lying about something. Sorry, I said that. Yeah. For the fame ain't strange shit, but who mine?
All right, YouTube. What's the big old deal, man? It's y'all favorite hood partner, Big Nina Boy. And we back with the late night live show, man. It looks like we got another one for the books, man. We gonna bust it down with the freak off victim, exposed Cassidy, man. He goes by the name of Clayton Howard. I don't know if it's all right, it's on that screen and on this one. Looks like Cassie wasn't the only victim, and it looked like she played a big role in paying for a male escort herself, having an arrangement, and she cashed out, got her issue, and now everybody's blowing up on Clayton Howard like she's a girl. You want some of her money? Well, look, she played a dirty role in this freak off entanglement too. So, by all means, man, let's check out Willie D dropping the bomb about Cassie and Clayton Howard. Let's get it. Let's go.
Oh, sugar ducky. We got one for you right here, man. This is a big one right here, fam. Boom. Yeah. You see that dude right there on the left? That's Clayton Howard. Yeah. And Clayton Howard is suing Cassie. Clayton wants his bag, man. Clayton wants his money. Clayton said, yeah, man. She did me dirty, and I want to get paid. Yeah. And then you got people out there that are saying, hey, man, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Cassie is currently a co-defendant in a court, Clayton Howard, who claims she and Sean Diddy Combs trafficked him and abused him. The lawsuit against Cassie as follows. Clayton Howard filed the lawsuit in July 2025, naming both Diddy and Cassie as defendants. Here are the allegations. Clayton, who claims he worked for the couple for about 5 years, alleges he was drugged, manipulated, and forced to participate in sexual encounters for their entertainment. He also claims Cassie forced him to have unprotected sex, which resulted in him contracting an STD and aborting his child without his consent.
Oh, hold up, swole up. Hold on, man. Yeah, we got to talk about it. So catch this though, right? So if y'all not familiar with who he is, I highly suggest y'all go look into him. This is Clayton Howard. This is the young man who Cassidy enjoyed having sex with. You know, obviously he was putting it on her. You understand me? Cassie, you bad, but let me tell you something. You ain't that bad to be giving somebody that stuff. So what I heard was the herps. You know what I'm saying? The goosebumps. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they saying an STD or STI, whatever, right? But allegedly, just to be clear, it's alleged that Cassie gave him the goosebumps. You see what I'm saying? And you know, once you get the goosebumps, it look like a Nestle Crunch bar down there. You can't never get rid of that. You can only tame it. You can, you know what I'm saying? When it activate, is everywhere. You can transfer it. I don't know if I'm saying it right in the right direction, but yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Cassie allegedly gave him the goosebumps. 5 years. So, you know, because Diddy had a lot of females that he was having sex with and doing a lot of wild things with, allegedly, she wanted a boy toy for herself. And it just so happened that Clayton Howard was her boy toy. This was the dude that she enjoyed having sex with. Obviously, he had to be knocking her down properly for her to keep him around 5 years. You see what I'm saying? Now, this man has been getting a lot of outback threats and, oh, you're playing victim to a girl, you're not a man, and all this crazy stuff, right? But when she was playing victim, knowing that she participated in this stuff willingly, it was cool. Y'all like, yeah, go ahead, clock it, go get your coins. But this young man right here saying, hold up, nigga, she told me to take off the condom. She gave me the goosebumps. She even got pregnant and got rid of it without even letting me know. So there was documentation that she actually got that done, allegedly. And if that's so, what do y'all think in the comment section? Is she wrong for not telling him? Or is it just her body, her choice, and she don't got to say nothing? Let's get it. Let's go. It's finna go down, man. Look like Cassie might be in trouble, y'all. Let's go.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're ready to record, just hit.
Woo, man. Not Cassie, not sweet, innocent Cassie. No way possible. You got people that are saying, no, I don't believe him. Look how he looks. They would have never done that with him. But he got receipts. Clayton said he got receipts. Clayton said he got receipts, man. And he wants his day in court. He wants his day in court with Cassie. And I guess he's going to want his day in court eventually with Diddy when Diddy gets out. But right now, his focus is solely on Cassie. Now, what damages are being sought? Well, Clayton is seeking compensation for physical and psychological harm, medical bills, lost wages, and pain and suffering. Yeah. This lawsuit was filed shortly after Diddy's criminal trial, where Cassie testified against her former partner. Okay, so before being sued herself, Cassie filed a high-profile lawsuit against Sean Combs in November 2023, accusing him of a decade of RAPE, physical abuse, and sex trafficking. They settled for $20 million. And this, family, was just one day after the lawsuit was filed, and it was said to be in an undisclosed amount, but we know now that that amount was $20 million. She was originally asking for $30 million. So what is the impact of the lawsuit? Well, her lawsuit was a key factor that led to the federal investigation and subsequent criminal charges against Diddy. She later testified about her experiences with the abuse during Diddy's sex trafficking trial. Now, here's the case. If what's good for the goose is good for the gander, will Cassie be now charged? Will she now be charged? You know, her allegations against Diddy is what opened up the Pandora box for the feds to come in and get Diddy. Will Clayton Howard's revelations against Cassie, these charges against Cassie, will it spur the proper authorities to investigate Cassie and bring her to justice finally? Because you know she was a co-conspirator. You know, if Diddy did anything wrong and Cassie was with him, well, Cassie is also responsible. She's also part of the criminal enterprise.
Now, as y'all notice, Cassie have not been available for interviews. Cassie has not been willing to submit documentation or updates pertaining to this lawsuit. This gentleman, Clayton Howard, he got the receipts, man. So this what you know what this looked like? This looked like the same situation with the game. Game lost a settlement to $7 million because of he didn't want to go to court. He was lagging. He didn't want he was running from the lawsuit. He wasn't taking it serious. You see what I'm saying? And between that, he lost that settlement. He had to pay out $7 million. This is public record, public information. This looks like what's going to go on with Cassie. Now, seem like the social media teams, the street teams, they mad. They like, how you go sue a girl, but a girl could sue a man, homie? That's not how the game go. This is America. This is the United States. Now, I'm going to play something for y'all. I know a lot of y'all think Cassie is just this innocent female. Yeah, she's a woman, and I believe we're supposed to protect women. But when you even make allegations like this, just like if a man say this to a woman, he's going to jail. You can't talk to nobody like this. So I'm going to play this audio, and y'all let me know what y'all think, man.
No, you playing games, and now we're never. Now all my friends can go, and we can stay here. Everybody can go, and we're gonna stay here. Everybody heard. So they're all leaving, and we're staying here until you show me that. I'm going to kill you. You don't understand. I don't give a. I never killed anybody in my life, but I will kill you because you're with me.
All right, so I ain't gonna play too much of it because I don't know. I ain't gonna play too much because I don't know how much I can play of that. But you know, so Cassie actually paid. This was when he was younger. He was a male escort. I believe they still had those around. For some of y'all that don't have a 9-to-5, and if that's one of your greatest gifts, I highly suggest y'all getting that business because you never know. Because in this country, yeah, you can take people to court for unimaginable charges, man, and get paid for it. But hey, man, look, man, if women could get out here and do it, some of you fellas could get out here and do it too, man. Shit, that would be cool. So what do you do for a living? Oh, I serve pipe for a living. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm selling pipe. What kind? Oh, I'm a plumber, baby. I can plug you up. Yeah, nigga. That's all right there, boy. But nah, that gotta be some crazy man. You know, when you get to a certain age, man, soul ties is real and all these different fluids on connected to you and shit, man. When you young, nigga, you don't care about that. When you get old and shit, you just can't be laying down with, especially with a broke woman. You see what I'm saying? Not just financially, but just mentally broke. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you niggas out here having sex with women who just broke-minded. You see what I'm saying? All they want to do is go get their little chili cheese pastrami burger and some fries, some pickles, smoke 30 blunts out the day, you know, a couple shots of Hennessy and be cool with life. You know what I'm saying? That broke mentality, man, like men got to start having value for themselves because women say that men are the easiest to bag. Any woman can say, oh, I just feel like having sex. And most men will be like, oh, I hit that shit. Now, I'm not at that level no more. That them days over with. I can't stand a broke mentality type of woman, man. You got to stop. You got to see value in yourself, man. A lot of people, man, they don't see value in themselves, women and men. So, you know, this right here is interesting because now he's coming after Cassie. Yeah, you got that $20 million, but you didn't give this boy the goosebumps. He got receipts showing, and I'm like drop a couple of these videos, got receipts showing that, you know, you went and got rid of that, you know, that offspring that y'all could have had together. You see what I'm saying? Without telling them. Now, this, you know, y'all started that Me Too movement, right? It only registered to women when it's women. But when a man said, hell no, me too, nigga, look how this broad did me. Nigga, what? Nigga, she gave me the goosebumps. She gave you the goosebumps. Okay, so, but let a man do it. Oh, he should be incarcerated. He should go to jail. Y'all let the nigga send his ass to the penitentiary. That's how I go. But nah, man, it looked like this case might be something serious. Cassie might be in trouble. I don't know if this is a smart move for Cassie to run from, because when you're running from this, it's gonna look like guilt. You know what I'm saying? They're sending subpoenas to you to show up in court. I don't know how it started. I don't know if they just going through, you know, certain talks, anything, but she's not open for questioning. She's not commenting. She's not even answering phone calls. She can't be contacted. And now it's looking like the judge just granted permission to push forward with this lawsuit. So, you know, it might look bad for Cassie if she don't show up. Let's go.
So what I want to know, will Cassie now be charged? Will the DOJ have the same energy for Cassie as they had for Diddy? Homie don't think so. Homie don't think so. I do not believe that they're going to come for Cassie. I think she signed one of those deals where she could never be charged in the future for anything related to Diddy. That's, if I was a lawyer, that's what I would have advised.
Oh, come on, gang. So y'all mean to tell me she get to get away with the money and she don't got to answer for her part in it? That's well, it look like, nigga, boy, you in a tight pickle. Let me get to this other video, man. We got Clayton Howard. We got Clayton Howard. Let me pull up his content so we get a perspective on Clayton Howard. But if that is the case, man, that just goes to show you that, man, the system was set up for men to fail at all costs. Okay, I think this is it. This is it. Yep, here we go. And here go Clayton Howard. Let's go.
Clayton Howard, happy to have you on the platform, my guy.
Thank you very much, brother. It's a pleasure to be here.
For the people that's not familiar with you, introduce yourself to the people.
Well, I'm Clayton Howard. Unfortunately, I am one of the male providers, or escorts, if you want to call them, that was heavily mixed up in the Diddy and Cassie matter.
Yes, indeed. So with that being said, I want to take it from the beginning. How did you first meet Diddy and Cassie?
Wow, that's a crazy story in itself. So I actually got incarcerated because, you know, a lot of these guys are like strippers and dancers. I'm gonna be honest. I used to be out there, you know, like I lived a very different life than I live right now. I got into some trouble in my early 20s, so they sent me to prison. And when I got out, you know, I was in amazing shape. You know, the jail glow, big arms, big shoulders, six-pack abs. I had no problem getting women. So I was sleeping with this woman that I had like met in Manhattan or something, and she actually owned an independent agency that managed escorts. You know, from basically busting her back down, she's like, yo, you are amazing. You realize you can make money from this. So, you know, I think she's just gassing me. I'm like, baby, whatever. She's like, no, I'm serious. Look at your body. You're amazing in bed. She's like, yo, I could make money for you. What's up? And I'm like, get out of here with this. So she's coming at me for weeks with this art, weeks. Again, I had just came home. I'm trying to get a job. I don't want to, you know, go back to selling rock. So I had the idea to sell cock. I was like, you know what? Let's try it. You know, post me up. So let's see what happens. So she posts me up, and immediately I start getting calls from like,
oh my God, boy, that nigga said this and said I didn't want to sell rocks, so I came home and started selling cock. Yeah, nigga said, yeah, man, I blew this. Look, she was pimping on that nigga. Yeah, look, she was just trying to bust a nut, you know what I'm saying? And nigga went and put it on her, full Nelson style on her, and it got turned out. I'm assuming this is a white woman. It gotta be, because ain't no black woman gonna be on no bullshit like that. That's all right there. Let's go. Let's go.
Older white couples, married men with wives, late 40s, early 50s. It would turn out that would be my niche, you know, older white women, love an in shape, dark skinned black man. And it was pretty profitable for a while. I want to say 60 days in is when I got the call from Cassie, calling the woman through the agency that hired me independently. She calls me up. She says, listen, this girl saw your pictures and she's in love. She wants you to come over. I'm like, word. Shorty tells me the girl sounds like she looks amazing. I said, all right, give her my number. Let me talk to her. Whatever. She sends me Cassie's number. She gives Cassie my number. Before I could even call Cassie calls me. Hey, what's up, Dave? Yeah, what's going on? She's like, yo, I saw your pictures. I like what I saw. Is that really your, you know, manhood? Yeah, that's mine. She's like, all right, I'm in the London hotel in New York. You want to come see me? We go through the subtleties and I'm called to the London. That's the first time I meet Cassie.
And when you first met her, how did that go?
When I first met her, it was dope. I was obviously surprised by how beautiful she was. I never expected a woman that gorgeous to open the door. Never. Um, I remember when she opened the door, I was so stuck. I was looking at her like, wow, look at this woman. And she actually had to speak to me just to snap me out of it. Like, yo, bro, hey, Dave. I'm like, oh, what's going on? So it was kind of it was a lot to first see her, and it immediately put my guard up because she was too attractive. I'm like, why is this woman paying some guy to come here and give her a massage? You know, she could get anybody to get her massage. Why does she want me to get her a massage? And I would find out later it had nothing to do with a massage. She wanted me to give her the works.
So how did she first bring that up to you that she wanted to have sex with you?
Let's see. I walk into the suite with her, beautiful suite. I'm sitting in the living room. We talk for a few minutes. She offers me a drink, whatever. We're just like basically getting to know each other. She then says, let me see what you're working with. I said, okay, cool. By then I was a little drunk. I had a few drinks. I'm like, all right. I show her. She starts salivating. She's like, yeah, that's what's up. She says, all right. She takes out a joint. She passes me a joint. This is when she tells me that her husband is there and he wants to watch. Now, prior to this, she never told me she was with anyone else. She tells me at this point that he's there, he's cool, he's into her being satisfied by guys that are larger than him. He's really into the lifestyle. She starts to explain to me that they're swingers. They do their little, like swinging stuff. She asked me, did I have a problem with him watching? Now, considering my past clients, I had no problem with him watching because I had done this with the 3 or 4. I actually think I had like 5 solid clients by then. And usually when husbands called me to give me their wives, they usually watched the first encounter if it went to a sexual encounter. So they would basically sit in the room and watch to make sure their wife is safe. So when, Cassie said this to me, I was kind of, I want to say, numb to the situation of someone watching me from a voyeur standpoint.
Man, come on, gang. You mean to tell me? Oh my God. Oh no, you know what though? I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Cause let me tell y'all, nigga, I don't even like my ass hitting the air. You understand me? It's no way, nigga, I'm gonna be nigga knocking the stuffing off her muffin and nigga, some nigga looking at me from the back. Hell nah. I don't even watch that type of corn. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see none of that shit, nigga. Ain't no nigga. Yeah, you might be hitting it. He probably be looking at you like, man, that nigga, nah, we ain't doing all that, gang. That's all the way out. Let's go.
Endpoint. So I said, cool, no problem. And he came down. He was really quiet. He had his face covered with a baseball cap. I think it was Pittsburgh because it had a yellow P on it, and his bandana wrapped around his nose and his mouth. He spoke to me like, yeah. I said, yeah. Barely said a word. Immediately grabbed a bottle of baby oil, went to the dark corner, sat in the corner. Cassie comes up to me. She starts talking to me, complimenting my body, my chest. She asked Diddy, can she begin? Can she touch me? He told her no, put the baby oil on. And that was my education that night into how the next 8 years would be.
So he was cool with a man having a bigger manhood than him. He was turned on by that.
Yes, he was. There were even encounters where I remember specifically with the gentleman who testified first for the trial, Daniel Phillip. I remember when this guy paid us for the orgy with Cassie, that he was actually looking at me and Daniel Phillip, and he was like, yo, if I had you guys, like manhood, I wouldn't even have to work. I wouldn't have to do nothing. And me and Daniel Phillip looked at each other like, whoa, what the hell is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Do you think he hired you?
Wait, so Cassie got gang banged by 2 dudes? Oh man, you did. Oh man, you would just let her. Man, come on. Now look. Now you see why she went to the little workout, little Caucasian dude. Yeah, she didn't got her. She been, man. They didn't stretch her out. They stretched her out. Yeah. They knocked all the elastic inside of her. There you go.
Because you can please Cassie in ways he couldn't.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't like to talk this way about Cassie because she does deserve the respect of the confidentiality of our sexual encounter. But I think she kind of forwent that by speaking about it herself and bringing this before the media. But when I used to have sex with Cassie used to come like that, literally like that. I don't know how, like I watched her and Diddy have sex. He wasn't doing what I was doing. I would have sex with her in maybe 5 minutes. She'd squirt and come all over the place. She was an incredibly sexual young woman, incredibly sexual.
When was the next time y'all met up after the first meeting?
Well, after that encounter, it went for probably, I want to say, a little under a day. But the funny part is when I was leaving, Cassie actually comes to me and she's like, yo, that was great. Can you stay longer? I had been there maybe 12 hours already. So I'm like, you're going to pay me again, right? And she said, absolutely. Hold on. She goes upstairs. She gets me some money. I can't remember how much it was off the top of my head now, but she comes back. She gives me a wad of cash and she was like, yo, how long can you stay? And, basically, honestly, I told her, well, how long are you going to pay me? She said the same amount. I said, as long as you want me to stay, that's the same amount of time. You give me the same amount, I'm going to give you the same time. So I stay with her. We have an excellent, encounter. It goes really well. I liked Cassie when I met her. Cassie's a very down to earth woman. She's polite. She has excellent energy. There's really no way you could not like Cassie when you meet her. This is the truth. She's a very, very affable and nice person. So I was actually kind of surprised where like 2-3 weeks later, she called me again and she's like, yo, are you around? And I'm like, oh, okay. I guess you couldn't get enough. She said, no, I've been thinking about you the whole time. What's up? Can you come meet me at the same place? I said, all right. I go back to the London hotel. I meet her in the same place. The same thing happens again. Word for word with the freak offs as far as the baby oil, the stages of a freak off until we finally had intercourse. And then I left till the next time.
Did they give you any rules when it came to the freak-offs?
I never was given a role. I was never even told the name of this was a freak off. The truth is, the only time I was ever told or given a name for what these was is the time that me, the first guy who testified, Daniel Phillip, and Diddy actually ran a train on Cassie. And Diddy himself and Cassie called it a sexathon, but they never called it a freak off. The first I've heard freak offs, because I'm from the hood. People, we all know what freak offs is, but I've never heard.
You know what this gonna be a problem for, because now everybody looked at Cassie as the victim. But here come Clayton Howard coming in saying, man, nigga, what? Nigga, she came in 5 minutes. She was squirting all over the place. Man, now just imagine she's married to her husband and he don't make her come whatsoever. They got kids, they got all of that shit, right? And this dude had to hear how this man was pounding his wife. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you been around Diddy and all, because her husband is Diddy's. He was his workout trainer, right? Now all of a sudden, you hear Clayton Howard coming in saying, yeah, nigga, I was stuffing her like Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Had turned her into a wild turkey around here. See what I'm saying? And just to hear, like, nigga, my wife was paying this nigga. Like, yeah, your past is your past, but then just imagine this. This is why she don't want to answer this lawsuit, because if she answered this lawsuit, it's going to come out that she was asked, not Diddy, because this is look what he's saying. She was paying me to stay longer. You see what I'm saying? He could never compete with that, and then that's gonna probably, man, that's gonna resonate in her husband's head like, fuck, nigga. You know what I'm saying? She probably, we don't know what happened. She be like, well, make me come. He like, bitch, I can't. There ain't nothing there to me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't tight no more. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to make that, whatever the situation is, right? And he got to support his wife through this court trial, because I believe they go catch her. They go get her, because I don't believe that she get the foul on him, on Diddy. But now the dude that she was paying, that they got proof that she called an escort agency, because I ain't heard him saying Diddy hit him from the back. Right now he's just talking about having sex with Cassie. So yeah, nigga, yeah, just imagine her husband holding her hand walking in that court, and then he hear that shit talking about, oh, can you stay longer, and paying this nigga dollars after that. I'm pretty sure a wad of cash is something like this, man. This is a wop. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about no little shit like that, nigga. That's a thump. But a wop, you know what I'm saying? The hitter, I'm pretty sure, nigga, he was skeeting in her mouth, hitting her from the back, and he probably went in her back door too. And not to mention, he just said that him and Diddy ran a train on her. How can you hold your wife's hand going into court and coming out still holding her hand? It's no way. Once this come out that she was very sexual. It's a lot of sexual women out here. In fact, most women are more sexual than men. Most of y'all in relationship right now, how many times do your girl ask you to do it again? Or how many times they want to grab you know what I'm saying, so they can have sex? You know what I'm saying? It be like this, especially if you know you was blessed with God. You know, some of y'all niggas ain't blessed with God. You know what I'm saying? God didn't bless y'all. Yeah, all right. She'll still try. Let's go. Yeah, I'm talking about you little peanut ass nigga. There you go.
Like commercially, publicly, as far as with this case, until I started hearing this and with Cassie putting the lawsuit and the fact that the U.S. Attorney's Office was marketing him as making these freak offs.
So Daniel Phillips, he had an orgy with Diddy and Cassie, and they called it a sexathon.
Yes, Diddy and Cassie themselves referred it to a sexathon, but they called me. Daniel Phillip was already there. Cassie actually calls me and she's like, yo, you know, do you mind watching me with another guy? And I did, you know, because I had never been involved with her and someone else. I kind of really thought it was a monogamous situation. Diddy was not well endowed and she just needed somebody to fill her and satisfy her. So I really believed at this time that was my role, that I was only being called in because this rich and powerful guy could not satisfy his woman. It wasn't until I got in this freak off that I saw her like in front of Daniel Phillip and Diddy with like, you know, two penises in her face, that I was realizing like, wow, this chick is not what you think. It was actually a little hurtful, I'll be honest.
Oh shit!
It was a little heartbreaking when I had to walk in there and see her with penises in her face and to be completely engaged in it, like, oh, like she loves it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did look at her different.
And you said this lasted 2 days, right?
It lasted 2 days, about a day and a half, 2 days.
How does that work? Because I know y'all not having sex for 2 days straight. So what is y'all doing in between time?
It's in like stages or what you want to call like sessions. So let's say like in that encounter, I remember specifically like myself, Daniel Phillip, and Diddy might, you know, all three run a train on her. She gets a little exhausted, so she needs a break. They go into the master suite. Me and Daniel Phillip wait in the other room until they're ready again. So basically what happens is you have the session until Cassie has an orgasm. Once Cassie has an orgasm, she usually needs a break. So she'll retire to the master suite and we're forced to pretty much sit there and wait till she's recuperated enough to come back for another orgasm. And that's how it would last 2-3 days. Let's say we had sex with her for an hour or two. She might take an hour and a half break. She'll come back. She wants some more. Then she might go take a 2.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. It's been told to me that women, see, you know, for men, we think that, oh man, you know, that's crazy. But you know, men like to have sex have 2 girls at one time. But to be honest with you, a lot of women would like to have 2-3 dudes at the same time. Some of them like that because if you can't last that long, she ready to keep going. The next nigga could come finish off what you did. Some women want, man, like niggas want threesome. It's women who want threesome too. And they want to get hit really hard. I mean, you got to bang them out. I don't know, man. It's something that we never expect a wholesome girl to want. But every girl ain't no wholesome chick now. It's some like nigga, man, it's some that's with it. You know what I'm saying? And if you got the package and you know how to do it right and go slow at it, and man, boys, bros going crazy over there, boy. So yeah, I believe it's some women's fantasy that they would like to have two dudes at the same time. Let's go.
With 3-hour breaks, she'll come back. She wants some more. That's pretty much how it went so long.
And where were y'all climax at? Would y'all do that on Cassie or would y'all get a towel? And, you know, I don't know. How does that work?
Well, we all wore condoms this encounter because it was 3 of us there. And I'm pretty sure she didn't want to like blow up the fact that she was just sleeping with everybody raw. So this encounter, we did wear condoms. And the objective is like if you ejaculated, to take the condom off and kind of like try to put it on her. I was honestly grossed out by this encounter. I don't think I actually ejaculated the entire time. Because she used to like she would orgasm so quick that she would be like, wait, because she came and she would push me up. And this literally went on for 2 days where like she would orgasm, I would get close and I wouldn't. So you can imagine the experience, the feeling of blue balls I had leaving there, continually having sex with this woman and never orgasming.
Right. So you was in the sister thing. Not only was you watching, but you was actually involved too.
I joined in because Diddy, when I got to the apartment, I really didn't want to do it. But Diddy comes to me after like maybe 30 minutes sitting there, like, what's up, Playboy? What you gonna do? It was either put out or get out. So I kind of had to put out and engage in the situation or leave.
Wow, man, that's
They don't play, put out and get out.
right. Yeah, yeah, Cassie, man. I didn't know she was getting busy like that, man. Damn.
Cassie get busy, yo. Like even it's kind of funny because I think I was telling you, like, now that I've gone public, a lot of other providers are reaching out to me that saw Cassie. And they're like, bro, you got so much courage, bro, because everything you're saying is right. She was with this. This is what she did. And we tried to tell the U.S. attorney. They didn't want to listen to us.
And the longest freak off you had with Cassie was 4 days, right? In Miami?
Yes, it was.
Break that down if you don't mind.
That was a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol. It just, something like you didn't even realize when you were in these encounters that they went so long, especially if they like convinced you to take the drug. Because the thing about ecstasy and Molly, those type of drugs, is they're not drugs that suppress you. They don't numb you. They heighten everything. So if you take them, you have a bunch of energy and like your nerves are every nerve in your body is alive because you have the sexual sensation to continue to go forward. So with drugs like these, you just stay up and you don't even realize that you're up so long because you're kind of like having fun. You feel good. So you're constantly having sex. Before you know it, you start in the morning. It's nighttime. You might doze off for maybe 30 minutes, start having sex again. By the time you finish, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We fall asleep for a few hours. We wake up 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, order breakfast, start again. And before you know it, you're 3-4 days in, dehydrated, brain feel like marshmallow from all the drugs that you've been taking for 3 or 4 days. And your body's sore, you're marked up. Like I used to be bruised as far as my penile shaft from obsessive masturbation of her standing there making me stroke myself so she could see my member. I don't recall the extended sessions that were 3-4 days to ever end well. Like I was always bruised up. I always had like scarring and tears on my penis. I would always be completely dehydrated and out of it for days. The long encounters were usually the worst.
Man. And Diddy, he got mad at you because you was having sex with Cassie behind his back, right?
No, I never had sex with her behind his back. She was contacting me behind his back. After a while, the sex got really good after a while. So, as a woman, as a human being, she wants to connect with the person that's making her feel like this. We had a lot in common. Her birthday's August 26th. My birthday's August 26th. So we're birth Virgos. She's really into astrology. So, us just being people who believe in certain things. Imagine meeting a woman and you having sex with her and it's great. And then one day you find out you and her are born on the same day. That's something that you're going to be like, wow, is this a coincidence? So I think that's what kind of really strengthened our relationship to the point where she started to want to know more about me. So she would contact me, tell me how great the sex was, ask me for penis pictures, just ask me what I was doing during the day. And this actually went on, I want to say, for 6 or 8 months until I saw Diddy and her maybe 6 or 8 months into this. And I walk into the suite and like the first thing he does is he presses me, walks up to me in my face like, yo, man, why you texting my girl behind my back? So, I kind of back up like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, I went through her phone. It's texting there. Y'all not supposed to be texting. This is something that's a swinging activity for me and her. You shouldn't be trying to get at her behind me. I'm like, dude, no, I'm not. She's texting me, bro. I'm not texting her. And if you got a problem with me texting her, I won't answer no more. So Cassie stepped in. She admitted that she was texting me. She claimed she told him that she was texting me to build up desire for the fantasies for the next time we saw each other. But Diddy wasn't trying to hear that. He said, listen, dude, don't answer my girl if she texts you. You don't text him again. So he basically put us both on notice not to contact each other without him. Now, here's the thing. She actually did keep contacting me after that, but I stopped answering because I believed it was a trap. I thought she was trying to set me up, like trying to see if I would answer, despite the fact he told me not to. So I just stopped answering her.
And you said that Cassie, she would disrespect Diddy when it came to his penis size, right?
Not directly, but inadvertently, yes. Like she would laugh at him after she and I had sex. She might smirk at him. Let's say she and I had an encounter and he tried to get on top of her after that. The comparison of the two inside of her was probably noticeably different. So a few times she would catch him smirking, laughing, stuff like that. And he asked her, like, yo, what's so funny?
Oh my God. That's probably one of the moments when she tried to get up out that hotel room. Nah, that ain't cool, man. But look, come on, man. She ain't no saint. Look how she was doing Diddy, man.
And let's say she didn't give him the right answer, he'll kick her, he'll push her. That's really where the domestic violence came from. The domestic violence came from the fact that she would emasculate him. She would do things that let him know he had a small penis, that she really wasn't trying to hear what he was saying. Diddy's an arrogant, petty dude, bro. He's not trying to hear that. He's super competitive. He believes he's supposed to be in control. So his woman trying to like embarrass him in front of me is a no-no. That's why he used to hit her.
Speaking of being competitive, he used to compete with you, right? Well, who can have sex with her better?
Yeah. Every time, like let's say me and her were going, and I don't like going into detail about our encounters, even though I have. I kind of had to go into them because she's trying to pretend like Dave isn't as significant as he really was. And that's not the case, Cassie. We both know what time it was. So Diddy would watch she and I have sex, and it was hot. He'd sit there, he's high out of his face on Molly, ketamine, whatever concoction of drugs he's managing to take this encounter. And he might have looked at the way I had sex with her, and now he wants to do the same thing. So being high, he's not realizing that the penal size is going to make a major difference if you try to do that. He jumps on top of her. He tries to start ramming her. I've been on her, dude. It's not the same thing. And he can see that. So she would emasculate him with that. She definitely would. She would let him know that his penis was small. Definitely.
And Cassie, she used to ask you to urinate on her, right?
Oh, she asked me to urinate her for about 1.5 years, dude.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, every time I saw her, she would beg me to urinate her, to tell me how she likes it to trickle down her chest. She likes the warm feeling as it goes over her breast. And in the beginning, I didn't really know her as well as I knew her as the relationship developed. So I'm a good bullshitter. I would be like, oh, I don't want to do this today. Oh, I can't pee because I got a shy bladder. You got to cut water on or something like that, just to make her think I couldn't do it. But the truth is, it's disgusting, bro. Like, what man wants to have sex with a woman after you urinate on her? I'm from the projects. People used to piss in the staircase. I know piss smells once it gets old. It's yellow. It's nasty. It's nothing sexy about urine. So I told her this after maybe 1 year of her asking me. I just got tired of it. I said, yo, why do you keep asking me to urinate on you? Do you really like that? So she breaks it down to me again, how she likes the warm urine going over her chest and flowing down her breast over her nipples. Like, she was really descriptive to the extent where I could tell she was into this. But I remember I looked.
It is no way. I repeat, it is no way her husband. Do y'all see why she don't want to go to court? It's no way. Just imagine if he go to, it's on YouTube. If this dude take this shit to court and was saying how he was pissing on Cassie, and then her husband, his family, his mother, his father, his children, do y'all realize, boy, you let this monkey piss on you? I want a divorce. And guess what? She got that 20 million while she was married to him. So he's entitled to that money. So, oh yeah. And I'm pretty sure Cassie didn't, because he was a Caucasian man, Cassie didn't do no prenup with him. Yeah. Hey, Cassie, run. Run. Don't go to court, because this dude right here, look at his facial. He's not laughing like that. He's being, you could see it. But one thing I just looked at, he got the Ray-Bans on, so he's filming while he's being filmed. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got to be careful, man. Make sure y'all look at those corners at them Ray-Bans, because those are cameras. They're recording those conversations. You smelling what I'm selling? This is crazy work. Cassie was getting trains ran over them. Cassie was 2 dudes and Diddy. Man, on top of that, look, women will leave a man because he lost all his money. It's no way a woman should expect her husband to stay with her. That's why your past is your past until it comes to your future. If I ever heard I was dating somebody and the nigga was just pissing all on her face and she wiping it all over and piss stink. And depending on who that person is and what they drink, appreciate the super sticker. Look, man, depending on, man, shit, let me tell you something. If nigga, you piss and you got bubbles in your piss, you're in this dark yellow, you're eating wrong, you're drinking the wrong shit, too much alcohol, too much soda, that shit stink. So it's nowhere on this earth. Yeah, divorce. It's absolutely divorce, bro. It ain't no way, bro, that you can actually say that I'm gonna support you through that. A woman, if a man get fat, if a man loses job and don't recover and can't financially provide for the household, she will leave because she don't want to work hard and do it by herself. He get caught in a wheelchair, he can't walk no more. Sometimes women will leave their husband if they get ED. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. Yeah, ED, right? So why would he stay if you got somebody like Clayton Howard saying, yeah, nigga, I used to hit the back of her stomach. I used to hit her heart. Every time I slid up in her, nigga, I touched her heart. You understand me? Yeah, appreciate the super sticker. This is just getting crazy. Yeah, man. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I honestly feel like this, right? This dude is speaking old news. Yeah, so look, but catch this, right? Even though this was a long time ago, can you really sit in court next to your wife and hold her hand or support her when some man is standing on that podium saying, oh, yeah, I used to piss on her and I used to say, Cass, why you like this shit? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy work. Let's go.
And I say, yo, check this out. If you want me to urinate on you, we're not going to have sex because that does not turn me on. It's nasty. Honestly, I would never sleep with a woman who had urine on her. It's freaking disgusting. So if you want to have sex, fine. We're not going to urinate. But if I urinate on you, we're not going to have sex. She said, damn, that's all you had to say because I definitely want to have sex. So now Diddy comes in the room. He asks her what we're talking about. She says, oh, he doesn't want to urinate on me because it turns him off. Did he ask her what you feel about that? She said, I want to have sex with him. He doesn't have to urinate on me. And they never asked me again. I couldn't see her honestly liking urine on her. I couldn't like grasp that concept in my head. So it wasn't something I could do. And I never did it to her, never called her, never verbally abused her during sex. Like Diddy would ask me to call her, you know, like B and ho. I never talked to her that way. Never was abusive to her, choking her, never spit in her mouth. Like she used to ask me to spit in her mouth, never urinate on her. I just
snap diggity dog. Oh, man, it's no way. She was pregnant with baby number 3 while she testified. Do y'all see why Clayton Howard is definitely never going to see a day in court in regard spit in her mouth, piss all over her face, chest, and them kids, man, come on, man. That car, look, Cassie know that little Caucasian man is going to take those kids and take half that money, and she will be back to the streets. She will lose it all. It's no way he can listen. Y'all got to understand something. See, the world, they yearn and has so much empathy when a woman is being treated like how, you know, like how she made Diddy seem like he was doing her. But here go a guy who is sitting here willing to testify, got the receipts, saying Cassie wanted me to spit in her mouth. Man, that nigga could have ate fish eggs yesterday. He could have ate chitlins and she didn't give a hell. She didn't care as long as he was stuffing her, plugging her up, you know what I'm saying, making her come. Man, he could have did anything to her. You see what I'm saying? And this is a convict. Nigga said, I went from selling rocks to selling cock. God digital, man. This is some gruesome stuff. Chat, do y'all think her husband should stay with her if he got to hear something like that, man? If spitting her mouth, pissing on her is the ultimate, it's over. Let's go.
I want to say that my approach with her was more of a softer, love-making type of sex. And I think that's why she liked me, because I was delicate with her.
I mean, you would think that she would ask you to urinate on her after the session. Then she'll get in the shower. That's crazy, man.
Shorty was with that nasty work, bro. It's like she was with that nasty work. I mean, like we having sex for days and I'm dumping in her, bro. She not cleaning up, taking a shower. She not doing none of that, bro. Thinking about it now, I feel really nasty because I realize how much the drugs, Molly and E, affect your psyche, where you're not conscious of certain things you're doing. But those freak offs used to be kind of nasty because for like days I would be coming in Cassie and she wouldn't even wash. She would just be walking around the room like it was regular.
And Cassie, she was the one collecting your sperm, right?
That started in the beginning again also, bro. I remember specifically like the first time it happened, I was using condoms with Cassie when they were asking me for the semen. So I remember she asked me, you know, like when you finish, you think you could come in the cup. And I was like, why? And she says, oh, you know, I like to play with it. I like to drink it. He likes to see me do things with it. So I actually thought she was playing. I didn't think she was serious.
I'm
But
done.
as we were involved in the encounter.
I'm done, gang. I'm done. Oh man, Cassie, yeah, you better run. You better run, gang. Woo! Police coming. Yeah, you gonna have your day in court. Woo! Damn, so we got spitting in her mouth, pissing on her. You rubbing another nigga. Man, you is you a cum dumpster? Oh my God. And so Diddy was like, yeah, drink. And they didn't talk about, they didn't do no test. They don't know what, man. Come on, gang. Diddy like, drink that, drink that, drink that. Bad boy. Yeah, you little call. I bet you he was calling her all type of dirty little names and shit. Here, drink this motherfucker. Here, drink all of it and swallow. Open your mouth. And then he go piss. Oh man, y'all, man, hold on. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Cassie real fast. Man, this is extreme, man. This is really extreme, gang. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Hold up. Yeah. Cassie was definitely, I always said Cassie was like I gave her like a 9. I gave her a 9. It was a movie I seen. I'm like, yeah, she a hard 9. That's crazy work, man. That's crazy work. Hey, Clayton Howard had the best time of his life, didn't he? That's all right there, boy. That's all right there. There you go.
Counter, and it was getting longer and longer. She kept asking me, like, are you gonna come? Are you gonna come? Are you gonna give it to me? And I said, oh my God, she's really serious. She really wants me to do this. So she asked me so much, I remember it started bothering me. And I was like, yo, you really want me to give you I said, I can't do that. And I was like, why you want my DNA? I'm not really comfortable with that. And I'll be honest, they offered me like $2,000 to give him the semen in the cup. So, bro, you know, I gave it to him. It really wasn't no brainer once they said that. I was like, you want 2 stacks for my semen? Hold on a second. Yoink it out, give it right to him. Here you go. So I want to say comfortably for maybe a year and a half, they were paying me to collect semen. Cassie would collect it in a wine glass, a shot glass, and a whiskey glass, whatever glass we had available. And then and you know, it's funny because I thought about it years later, how she would collect the semen in the cup and Diddy would be trailing right behind her like a little kid who mommy had the juice in his hand or something. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard the trial and her say she used to put the semen on his nipple, I'm gonna be honest, it made sense. Because I'm like, yo, that's why he was so thirsty following her in the room every time she took the semen. The semen was for him. It wasn't for her. So that I definitely believe. Because every time she used to take my semen, I swear to you, bro, Diddy would be behind her like a little kid in the room as quick as he could, closing the door. So yeah, that was weird. But eventually I stopped because we started having unprotected sex and she started to ask me to come in her. You know, you dealing with these drugs, Art. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna take accountability. I should have made better decisions. I was younger. I was thirsty for the money. She's a beautiful woman, and I was high off of these, you know, like sexual inducing drugs. So I made some bad decisions, and I just, you know, started giving her what she want. I slept with her so long. I'm not catching any diseases. She's showing me paperwork. You want me to dump on you, baby? No problem. She's telling me she's on the pill, so I'm doing it. Worst mistake I ever made, bro. If I could take it back, God, I wish I could take it back, bro. Because Diddy used to follow her in that room, bro. Again, like a little kid followed his mommy for.
I'm done, bro.
Juice bottle.
I'm done. Diddy was rubbing his semen on his nipple. I'm done, gang. I'm done. Oh my mother ucking God. Woo! Yeah, hey, get your money. Hey, get your coins, bro. He deserves some money. Let's be honest. Cassie, you got to split that pot. You got some millions. You got some millions left. And look, if he was nothing in the cup for $2,000, get that nigga at least about $4-5 million. He'll shut up. Let's go. Look, they go come. Look, the judge granted. I don't think y'all understand how this finna go down. The judge granted. If I do, it's only gonna be one link, and we gonna go through it. But give me a second. The judge, man, I really want y'all to understand. The judge have granted for them to proceed with this court situation with Cassie. Like, why are you running? Why are you running? It's a cat out the bag now, baby. Ain't nowhere to run, nigga. Hell no, yeah. Hey. If it's good enough for SpongeBob, it's good enough for you too. Let's go. Yeah, nigga, she about to get paid. Yeah, nigga.
I swear, right on her heels as she was going in the room. So when I heard that part of the testimony, it made 100% sense. I believed him.
And Cassie would tell you to come in here, right?
Oh yeah. The first time we had unprotected sex was definitely Cassie. Again, bro, like I'm trying to use the right word to respect your platform, but I was smashing it, bro. I was putting that twerking. Yeah, like it's not, it's bad to say, but it's kind of obvious. She's a beautiful woman. A heterosexual man, it takes no effort to do what you got to do with that woman. So I would go in there, bro, and I'm making love to her like it's the last day on earth, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going in on her. The first time we had unprotected sex actually is the first time she drugged me with ecstasy. We probably had been seeing each other for maybe, I want to say 2 years, and they would put me through it, bro. Like I would go to these encounters and I would be up for like a day and a half, and bro, I would be hurting because I wasn't taking drugs with them. I was an athlete. I ran 5 miles a day. I was a constant like workout enthusiast. I don't got time to be doing all them rock star drugs. And besides, I'm not in the music industry. The music industry is a rock star lifestyle. This is how they live. I don't live like that. So I remember asking Cassie, like, what do you take to stay up like this? Like, because I'll be with you for days and you've got the same energy like you had in the morning when I got here. So I remember she looks at me and she says, I was hoping you would ask. Hold on a second. She goes into the room. She comes out quick. She shows me like a purple e-pill, thick e-pill too. And I said, what's that? She said, it's ecstasy. She starts breaking it down to me. And I'll be honest, at first I was resistant. I'm like, nah, don't take that. I'm good. But it's like what they say. Most men who do hard drugs, a woman introduces them to them. A woman opens you up to it under the promise of.
Boy, hey, I ain't motherfucker gonna lie to you. I remember first time a chick offered me an ecstasy pill. There gotta be some truth to it. But no, look, man. So everybody, this is not his first rant. You know what I'm saying? He's on a lot of major platforms for y'all that don't know. And what's going on right here is, he's been getting male bashed by a lot of women. They're saying you should be blessed that she gave it to you and all that. But she called him up. This all stems from her calling a male escort service, utilizing the services. He delivered and she was satisfied with his product. And now, because she got paid, he like, shit, I need to get paid too. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how the money is going to be dispersed. But, hey, I think he's entitled to some. What y'all think? What's up with the 90s chick? What's going on with you?
But it too. Nah, he ain't getting nothing. This is a rant that he's trying to. This is all. I feel like if this is a recent rant, this is off of the Diddy Netflix thing that P did, Puffy did, not Puffy, 50 Cent did. Like he's trying to recycle this shit. Like he tried to do this shit before the trial. Like all of the shit that he's saying, he said all this shit before the trial. He tried to sell his little book on Amazon. That shit didn't sell. You know what I'm saying? And I get what you're saying. Like all of the things that he did it willingly. And people saying that, well, she called him. She did it because that's what her man told her to do, and that's what they were into. I'm not saying that. He got paid. I don't know if he got paid out of her accounts, but basically all of her money was coming from Diddy at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's vicariously through Diddy. Diddy was paying. He was giving her money to pay dues to do things that they were in. and they were into like heavy drugs like ketamine, like 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 shit that just puts you out of your fucking mind. And she was addicted, and I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that, oh well, she's a drug. No, she was on drugs, definitely. He was on drugs, everybody was on drugs. He just mentioned that, he admitted to that. But at the same time, it's like, um you can't say that she was buying, she was calling him up for sex, and yeah, she wanted it and all that kind of stuff. But you can't, if when people are on heavy drugs, I can't really say why they were doing it. You did it, definitely. She admitted to it in court. All of the things that he's saying, she admitted to all of this in court. She's not gonna owe him any more money. He's trying to get some money, but she testified in court because she's what's, I don't know if it was a proffer agreement or whatever, but basically she's exempt for anything that she did while she was
Yeah,
dealing.
but that's alleged. That document have not been stated. That's not on paperwork. I
It
knew
is
that's
just she testified in federal court. The reason why she was able to testify in federal court, the test I don't know what's called, was
yeah, but that's
testification.
that's pertaining to Diddy. But this lawsuit that he got going on towards her, because mind you, he just admitted that he was texting her. She was texting him behind Diddy back, and they was building a relationship,
They
right?
knew that though. She testified that in court as well.
Not
Well, no,
against
no,
him
not
though.
that, not that. But you're
Not,
right,
it
right.
was multiple male escorts, right? So
Yes.
if y'all just seen what's going on, the judge just granted to move forward with his law settlement. You could go look that shit
Civil
up.
lawsuit.
Yeah, for the lawsuit, right? Because she's not answering, she's not available for questioning, she's not showing up. She don't want to have nothing to do with this shit. She trying to put it behind, but just the same thing that happened with the game. Y'all remember when the game got hit with that $7 million lawsuit when that girl
Yeah.
won that case because he didn't want to show up. He didn't take it serious. You already testified in federal court. What you got to hide for? You already exposed yourself by saying X, Y, and Z. But I never heard her say that she was getting spit put in her mouth and niggas was pissing on it. I didn't see that. I didn't follow all the way.
I did.
So what happened with that?
I mean, she did everything. I mean, like, she said, like, I mean, not in court, but I mean, she did not deny when they asked her questions that Diddy was basically, he would rub the stuff on his nipples. Like, she said that she testified that he would make the men not use condoms because he wanted to see them, finished inside of her. And then when she finished inside her, and not just him, but 50 Cent's baby mama said the same thing. She would have to get up immediately. They would go into another room. Like, as soon as the dude would finish inside of her, they would go into another room. And then they would also do the damn thing sometimes, but sometimes they wouldn't do it. He would just, like, reach inside of her and put it inside of his nipples, on top of his nipples. That was
Yeah.
testified in court. They
So
testified.
yeah, so right now, right? So Clayton Howard, I didn't see him in the dockets. It was the other male escort. Am I correct? Because this is something, because all of these, like even this video right here, is probably recent to y'all, but it's actually a little while back, right? He didn't get paid. He tried to take it to court, and they didn't need his testimony. They didn't need him,
Right.
because he was trying to go
For
against
the
Cassie.
federal case, yeah.
Federal case, so they pushed him to the side, and he didn't have his just doing court. So that's why this is definitely going to be separate. I don't think he's going to even go after.
It's a civil case.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is definitely civil, right? So I think he's going to go. I mean, the judge just pushed forward. They granted it to even pursue this civil case towards Cassie and Clayton Howard,
and that's fine. That's fine because he doesn't have the kind of money. Like, she got $30 million.
What
30 million.
No, 20.
Or 20, 30 million, whatever. He ain't got none of that.
Yeah,
Like,
28 million.
there's a reason why he's suing her, is trying to get a little piece of that. So she can keep that shit in court so long that he don't even get nothing but $100. So he can go ahead and try his best. You know what I'm saying? But he don't have the legal power that she has.
So is he wrong for trying to get his coins too?
No, I'm not saying nobody get your money, but
right.
But you might be wasting your time. It's the same thing as pleading out versus fighting a case. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with that. But when it comes down to this, it's a whole new day now because we looking at it like, well, shit, man. Cassie made herself seem like she was just a victim in all of this shit. There pro bono cases there to go fight to go get that, because
They're not going to get it because she already got immunity in a federal case. She should have been like no like logistically or logically, she could have been charged as an accomplice in all of the things that Diddy did because she, like you said, she was paying for the escorts. Diddy was very smart because in my mind, he would funnel the money to her account because he was paying for her lifestyle. He's paying for her apartments. He's paying for her cars. He's paying for everything. So she was getting anything that these escorts got was through him, but through her. So it was like vicariously by way of. So he was smart that, if I'm going to give somebody some money, I'm doing something illegal. I'm not going to give it directly to him. I mean, like if you're a dummy, you'll do that. I'm just going to give you some money and then you go kill. You don't do that. He's smart. He goes and gives her the money and then he funnels it to these escorts. So that's the way that they did the thing. So he was able to, finagle through that shit. But, if he's going to get any money, like I said, he's not going to get very much. It's not going to go back to federal courts. It's already been that case has already been tried.
Yeah, we absolutely. But this is the thing. See, we still got to take in accountability that because she's not available for questioning or anything like that, that judge just proceeded to pursue this civil suit towards him and Cassie. So I don't know where it's going to go. We don't know, but I'm definitely want to see how it's going to play out, right? Because most likely, she got that Nia Long money, so she go get all the top lawyers to push this nigga down. But in some fucked up way, it's like her hands got blood in the water too. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what you're talking about though. But that's a good argument though. You should have been a lawyer, girl.
Sex or something that's going to give you a benefit for trying this substance, and it's true. So basically, Cassie tells me that if I take a little bit of this substance with her, the sex is going to be amazing. It's going to go from like 1 to a 10. And looking at her, how beautiful she was, how the great intercourse we were already having, it was enticing to see like, wait a minute, it can get better than this? Really? I'm curious. So I don't like to take pills. I told her, like, all right, how am I supposed to take this? She says, hold on, I'll crush it up for you and I'll put like a half or a quarter of it in the drink. So she gives me this drink. I drink the drink and she did not lie, bro. Within like 30 minutes, my entire body was alive. Like I could feel every nerve ending. Me and this girl ended up having sex for like 3 days when she gave me this time. During the course of this sex, I believe it was sometime during the night, we were involved in the encounter. So, I'm stroking her. It's hot. She's into it. She pushes my abdomen up, reaches, rolls off the condom and pulls me in her real quick, bro. Like you date women. I'm pretty sure you've been in a situation where shorty hit you with the wham real quick before you know it, you in her. You don't know what the hell is going on, but it's so good you don't come out because like we know how we are as men. Once you get inside like that, it weakens it. It's like kryptonite to a man. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like fell into it because it was a totally different sensation. I'm high off this extra.
Nah, nigga, every nigga ain't like that, gang. Hold up. Every nigga is not like that.
He a fan. That's the whole thing. It's like everything I've heard from this dude, from what you've put on this cat, he's a fan. Like he's not even talking about how he was. Why should he get paid? Like because he found a beautiful woman and had sex with her and all. Like what did she do wrong?
I know you ain't asking me to elaborate that.
Yeah, please do.
First of all, look, he said he don't do drugs. She pursued to convince him to do the drug. You see what I'm saying? He didn't do them drugs. Look, guess what? I don't take pills. He was a fan, so he would have tried. He tried it, but he was coerced. He was coerced to take the drug. I don't know. Nah, I don't give a fuck how you call that. That nigga was coerced because he told her, I don't do drugs. What you do? Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it. It's gonna make you feel alive.
He held him on the water or what?
How do you do it? She's like, oh, don't worry, baby.
Fuck out of here. This nigga is a fan. You can't do somebody because he's a fan. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't give a dog shit. Look, because think about it.
I just had to block somebody on your fucking podcast right now. He a fan. I had to block him. I don't care about you being a fan, nigga. I'm not about to give you some money or some even no attention. He did it because he wanted to. He did it because he was enamored by the lifestyle. And that's the same thing men say, oh, well, I was paying her bills. And so,
Well,
she can.
how is Cassie a victim? She did it.
Testified to that in court, and that was thrown out. Okay, so that's a side thing, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, right? But how was Cassie a victim of anything? Because think about it. In retrospect, she could have walked away at any time. This shit went on for years. 10 years. You could have left the first year and went back to your mama house, but you came back.
Okay, well, but the thing is so if you want to compare the difference between this man right here and her, he didn't sign a 10-year record deal. Cassie did.
How many albums Cassie put out? Let's be clear. She didn't sign she didn't put out an album. She put out an album before.
Exactly. That's my whole point, is that this is the thing though.
She didn't
made her believe that she was going to make some money. She didn't make any money after all the time. Maybe she fell in love. Maybe she was a freak. Maybe it doesn't matter. You signed a 10-year record deal, and he did not. He did not.
She
make
didn't
good.
Hold on. Sign a 10-year record deal.
Huh?
She didn't sign a 10.
He did. You can look it up.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead and chat GPT it.
Oh, hell no, man, go on with that shit.
Or Google or ask.
I'm gonna look it up later. I'm gonna look it up.
You need to do.
Look,
it signed a 10-year record deal.
A 3 to 5 year contract. It was a couple album deals or some shit. It wasn't no 10 years.
It wasn't a couple of album deals. The whole time he was freaking her off, she was recording songs. She was recording albums. And this is the thing. Like, I'm not trying. She was a grown woman, but at the same time, she was very young when she first started out. So from 19.
Oh my God! You go. Come on now. Wait a minute. So she's justified because she was young. This nigga was young.
I never said she was justified.
All right, let's go. I'm about to say I'm on your motherfucking onion now. Because
Go ahead and play it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it.
It's like, wow, I done fell into heaven all of a sudden. So me and her kind of forget Puff is even there, and we're just going at it, slow, deep strokes. And what snapped me back into the encounter was Diddy himself actually asking Cassie specifically, like, yo, you fucking him raw now? Both of us look up. She's looking me in the eye. I'm looking at her like, I'm waiting for her to say something because this is your dude and it was your idea. So what you waiting for me to say something? She tells him like, oh, I checked this paperwork. It's all good. And that bothered me because, I still thought they were in a monogamous relationship. So immediately to me, someone with some intelligence, the first red flag was, why would this woman lie to her man about seeing my STD results? The hell with that. No. I jump up. I say, yo, man, listen, check this out. I do have clean test results. I can pull them up on my phone. Can she pull hers up? He said, I thought she's seen it already. I said, I ain't show her nothing, but I want to show you because I want to see her and I want to do this right. And Diddy's a man. Diddy's cool. He said, you know something, bro? I respect you telling the truth. He was mad at Cassie, but he was so into the freak off and we was going so like hot and heavy, he didn't want us to stop. So he tells her to show me her results. She shows me her results. I log in. I think it was Quest Diagnostics I was using at the time. I showed them my results, and this is how the freak offs continue. Now, the next encounter, because, like I was high, I had unprotected sex with this girl. I was super nervous when I left. Like, damn, I probably caught everything in the book. So I go and immediately get an STD test, and it does come back clean. So the next time I see Cassie, I'd rather be safe rather than sorry. I pull out a condom. She says, what's up? And I said, we never know what could happen. I know you said you're on the pill. I got a girlfriend. No, we got to be careful. She says, all right. Diddy sees the condom. He said, yo, bro, what's that for? Like, you already done had sex with a raw. You really want to put a condom on? I said, yeah, I got a girlfriend and we got to be careful. So Cassie throws the ball on me. Like, I didn't have a problem without the condom. He wants the condom. So now she throws me under the bus and puts it on me. Diddy comes back at me like, yo, bro, you don't think my girl's JJ clean? Like, what's wrong with you? I done blessed you and let you hit raw already. And now you're going to reject it.
Yeah, all right, some shit like that, nigga. Like Diddy saying, "Yo, you don't think she? Who the fuck is JJ Clean?" Like, come on, man. I always gotta believe some shit is gonna be fabricated. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna take this man word 1,000%.
JJ Clean is just a euphemism. It's not a real person.
Yeah, but it just don't sound authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the layman term for JJ Clean? I mean, I get it. It
A
can.
good boy. A good boy. You know, like JJ Clean is like, you know, like a good boy who ain't never fucked a virgin, basically.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
She's looking at me. He's looking at me. Peer pressure is real, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, the STD test came back clean. All right, Clay, you know what? What you got to lose? Because the ball's in your court, they putting you under pressure. And I really needed the situation at the time. So I didn't want to mess it up. So I went with it.
Wow. And she forced you to have sex with her before, right? While she was on her period? She put hands on you?
No, she didn't put hands on me. She forced herself on me by that's a difficult story, but it's not too hard to tell once you understand what happened. She calls me for one encounter. I can't remember the exact year right now, but I remember it was cold, and it was my anniversary with the girlfriend I was dating at the time. So I was like unavailable for the weekend. So Cassie happens to call me this weekend. She's like, "Yo, are you available? Come to LA." I'm like, "Baby, I can't. It's my anniversary with my real girlfriend. This is my real life. I got to stay here." She flips on me. "What the hell are you talking about? We made a deal a couple of years ago that you were exclusively for me. This is monogamous. You're supposed to be available when I call you." She's pissed. So I'm confused, bro, because you got a whole man. What the hell are you mad at me for going with my girlfriend that you know about, that I've been dating 4 or 5 years? She doesn't care anything about that. She's cursing at me. She's rude. She's like, "Yo, basically, if you don't come, we're done. We're done." And I was shocked by that. So she hung up on me. I think, you know what? Let me call Diddy. Tell Diddy what time it is. He's a man. He got a woman. He might respect my situation enough to let me come in the morning and at least let me spend tonight with my chick. I called Diddy up. I explained the situation, and he totally agrees with me. He says, "Let me talk to him." So he hangs up. He calls me back maybe 5 minutes later. He said, "Bro, she's not trying to hear that. If you don't get on this plane, she's never going to call you again." Now, the truth is, they paid me so well. They paid my mortgage when I went to see them for like 2-3 months every time I see them. So it made sense for me to go because of the economic reliance I had on what they were doing for me. So I go out there to see her. I get there maybe 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. I remember I got there late. And when I finally got into the suite after all the delays, normally when I enter the freak off, it would be a bunch of little tea candle lights all over the suites, because these were really nice suites, bro. These were like duplex suites. They were like 5-star apartments in these hotels, these suites in the Beverly Hills Hotel, and etc. Diddy and Cassie took a lot of time to set up for these freak offs. Like, there would be platters of baby oil, one platter of baby oil, Astroguard. There might be another platter of Ciroc, De Leon, champagne, water. The blankets would be covering the couch to prevent from accidentally damaging the furniture with baby oil. The tea candles would be all around again. So, there was.
Hold on, Nina. This nigga just said a whole lot. Let me just react to some of it. First of all, let's just go back a little bit before I came on here. This dude, he already admitted to the fact that he was enamored by this woman. He's used to old saggy titty bitches and their cuck husbands, calling him up for gigs. And you gotta understand, there's a lifestyle to it, but I'm not gonna get into that. And now he gets into this whole situation with Cassie, and then he finds out she a freak, and he gets jealous. Like he said, I was disappointed because, she was kind of gaping open and all that kind of stuff. Like, he was mad. Like, he thought he was special. So everything after he said after that, you don't question that maybe this is out of jealousy. I mean, he's saying things that have already been said on the internet, like the tea candles and all that kind of stuff. That's not new. But you don't feel like this nigga's just a little bit jealous?
No, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, like I said, see, that's what. See, when I go to Louisiana and I go to court with my auntie and shit, when she's in court, I learned a lot in court, and some of the shit that people are saying is contradicting. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to seal the deal, but it ain't what you know, is what you can prove. So just
Right.
listen to what he was saying, right? I'm like,
So right, once you say something, everything you say after that one thing is
yeah,
discreditable, basically, to me, in
let's
my
go.
opinion.
Nah, let's go.
It's like a romantic ambiance to it, a sexual ambiance to the room. There was a vibe, if you want to call it. This is the only time I saw them in 8 years. There was no vibe in the room. It was dark. There was comforters over the couch, but I remember the living room drapes were completely drawn, so you couldn't see anything. So now when I walk into this room, it's dark and Diddy's in there and he just has one candle covering his face. And he's like, yo, man, she mad at you, but y'all make up, but she mad at you. I'm like, all right, whatever. Cassie comes into the bedroom. She don't even talk to me. So I'm trying to, by this point, I had like 4 or 5 years and I'm a gentleman. I'm a charmer. I try to charm her. I'm like, yo, you really mad at me for being with my girlfriend? I'm like, how you mad at me, baby? Like, I got a girlfriend. I can't shit on my girlfriend. That's my real life. She's like ignoring me. Diddy's actually trying to talk to her like, yo, babe, he got a girlfriend. Like, you got a man. What you really so mad for? So I guess when
that shit sounds sketchy than a mother. Like, nigga, come on, man. You a peon to them. Are you kidding me?
Thank you.
Come
That's what
on,
I'm
man.
saying. I got a girlfriend. Who gives a fuck about your girlfriend? That's the thing. It's like she's mad because you're on retainer, right? Like you've got money for services that you have not performed yet, and that's the agreement. But you don't, I got a girlfriend. No, nigga, you trying to finesse me, and I'm not with it. And she got into her old Diddy mode. But hold on, somebody said, "What the fuck is Astro God? Get. You don't belong here. This is grown folk talk. If you don't understand what no Astro God, if you don't understand what Astro Glide is, you need to get up out of here.
Come
Go
on,
take a nap."
come on, let's go. Look, hey, come on, Maz. Y'all see some bullshit too, man. Make sure y'all get them out of the way too. Let's go.
he said that, she kind of realized she was playing herself. And she's like, whatever. And I'm like, all right, so you mad? I try to give her a hug. And, she gives me the hug back. And I can smell the alcohol on her. So I know she's drunk because I can smell it. She pushes me on the couch. All right. She starts kissing me, whatever. I'm thinking she's just drunk. She's horny. She's ready to go like women sometimes are. A woman can get so drunk they become sexually aggressive. This is what I'm thinking she's doing. So she pushes me on the couch. She's kissing me. She's rubbing my chest. She gets my shirt off. She gets me to stand up. She gets my pants off. And at first it felt pretty good. It was like, oh crap, she's taking you. This is what's up. All right, bet, But after a couple of seconds, it just started to feel weird because she was too aggressive and she was never aggressive like
she's taking you. Hey, look, if that shoe was on the other foot, it would be considered sexual assault. Let's be clear. This nigga, hey, but look, the nigga's selling it good though, because can you understand? Just imagine this. If because now, despite whatever the Diddy case is, right? The judge just granted to move forward in this civil suit. So we don't know what
Fanny, freak ass nigga. You was 69 God. That's what that nigga is.
Look, what he's saying, all of this shit is going to line up with the shit that other male escorts or operators are, right?
But they've gone through that though.
No. That's not when I'm not talking about that, right? There's other people that didn't even make it on the chart.
Listen, hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. No disrespect, but I'm literally like on like half of the fourth sequence of the 50 Cent on the Netflix Diddy thing. Like I don't got time to watch that whole shit through. I'm busy. But he's got like 200 and something civil cases against him. So this dude's just one of them. That's why I'm like playing him off like.
Yeah, I got that. Look, this is not. Look, he's not even. He's not going to work with Diddy, right? But this is a separate civil suit that he's going against Cassie for. You see what I'm saying? For the negligence, the back pay that
Cassie,
she never paid.
He keeps calling her Cassidy.
What about it?
It's Cassie.
Correction. Cassie.
Cassidy is a battle rapper.
Yeah, Cassie. You nigga getting old over here.
I'm a hustler.
Yeah, nigga getting old over here. Cassie, so.
No, a lot of people do that. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, but look, so at the same time, it's no way when a judge granted to move forward with this civil suit, she's going to have to make herself available for question no matter how you cut it. She can't dodge it.
It's no problem. That's what I'm saying. Like when you got, listen, Dina, like listen, when you got $30,000 and somebody asks you for $30, is it a problem?
That's not what I'm saying. You got to
No,
look.
no, no. Listen, answer my question.
No, I'm not going
No,
to answer that because it's not relevant.
why? It
Because
is
it's not
relevant. It
You
is
look at
relevant.
it. Go ahead.
The ends have to always justify the means. If I have $30,000 and you're asking me for $300, I don't give a fuck about that $300. If you're asking me for, if I got $3,000 to just sitting in my bank account and you ask me for $30, I don't give a fuck about that. So this is irrelevant. He's
No,
a small. He's a
let me
small.
tell you. So let me then enlighten you of how this legal system may play out because everything is
Okay.
hypothetical, right?
I'm listening.
She has not showed up. She's not come forth in regards of any legal procedure in regards to this civil suit, right? She's been contacted. The judge just granted them to push forward. I just told y'all the game lost that $7 million legal suit because he ignored the courts. Right now, Cassie is ignoring the court. She's not available. What are you ducking from? What are you hiding from?
She's not ducking. You know why? Because she's letting this nigga right here talk. Like we're sitting here listening to him talk. Like he's making himself sound goofy. He sounds like a goofy.
Okay,
So,
this video, I put one of his old videos. This is not even.
He's got a lot of videos and he sounds goofy on all of them.
I get it, but you
Now
listen.
the only difference between his old videos and now he got some lotion. He found some lotion finally. Thank God he got some shea butter. He don't look as ashy as he did before, but that's the only difference.
Okay, so when the courts they subpoena you for a hearing, preliminary, whatever it is that even when you have to sit down against each other to try to figure out how you're going to handle this civil suit, right? You have when the courts get involved, you can't. It's nothing about him at this point. This is what the lawyers and the attorneys get involved for. You cannot ignore the court. I don't care how you cut that. What you think of him when the court say, "Hey, we need you here on this date," and you deny and you not coming? That's a problem.
No. But what you're missing from what I'm saying, Dina, I don't mean to cut you off, is that she will settle out of court with this nigga for way less than he's squeaking and squalling about.
Absolutely. But get your coins, partner. Whatever it is more than what he got.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, he ain't. I mean, I don't think this nigga go get no fucking 10, 15 million, but
no, not even million, not even 10,000.
There's no way he'll sell on
no
court
way.
for $1,000. No, he go get something.
Well, no, he has nothing to base it on. Everything that he's saying has already been testified against in court.
Not absolutely not.
The person that they want has already been got. Like he has nothing. All he's complaining about is that I fucked a girl and I didn't get enough money. Like he's just a regular. He's just a regular bitch on Figaro, in my opinion. Like he that was his profession, right? He was in the profession of having sex with women or men, maybe for money, right? And he did that, but he feels like he didn't get paid enough because of the celebrityism of this court. You know, like he didn't even really know. He didn't know he was fucking Diddy's girlfriend because Diddy was over there in the corner like a fucking weirdo with the mask on in the corner. Like, he didn't know that. Now, when he found out, now he wants to be like, oh, no, you owe me more money. No difference than niggas complaining about, oh, my baby mama, oh yeah, she want money from me, but she only mad at me because I'm out here looking fly. That's the same fucking thing. He found out she out here looking fly. He didn't know that she was Diddy's girlfriend.
Okay, let's go.
When he finds out, now
come on,
he wants more money.
Come on, let's go. Let's get to it. We got more to come. Let's go.
Diddy controlled the pace. If he thought we was going too fast, if he thought it was too much lust involved, he would be like, slow down. But this time he didn't say anything. So she's continuing to do this. And the faster and faster she's going, the more and more it's feeling uncomfortable. So now I start to tell her, like, hold on, wait, let me see what's going on. She's not trying to hear that. She pins me with her hips around the couch and she's kissing me. She throws a tongue in my mouth like she's really passionate. And I can taste the alcohol on her tongue. Finally, she kind of like jumps up. She grabs my manhood and she like sits on it quick. She's already wet from what I think. So it goes in. We start having sex, whatever. You know, as a man, when you're inside of a woman, it really doesn't, I can't say it doesn't matter how it feels, but it's a different feeling. It's kind of debilitating. Let's just be honest as men. It's a little debilitating. It's kind of like kryptonite. So I want to get up, but I can't because I'm actually having sex. And it's like, oh my God, wait a minute. I want to get up, but I can't. So she comes quick. Oh my God, she comes. When she comes, I feel her body weaken. So I take her, push her off, roll over, and they had some touch lamps, I remember, to the left of me on the nightstand, and I touched the touch lamp 3 times real quick. Yo, bro, it's blood everywhere.
Oh my
Blood on the
God.
sheets,
Oh
blood
my
on the
God.
floor underneath me, darkened blood stains in my lap. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking at her like, yo, what the hell?
Liar.
And she pretends like, oh my God, I didn't know I had my period. It must have just came. But the way she said it and the smirk on her face, I said, yo, she lying. So I got pissed. I'm like, yo, you did that to me on purpose? So normally when they saw me, I'm a gentleman. I'm professional speaking. I talk kind of like a white guy. They saw the black guy come out of me this day. Like, yo, you did that to me? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? So I start spazzing on her.
Wow, this is nasty work.
What you mean you talking like a white
Diddy
dude? They can
sees
see your
me get
black ass there.
and he stops it. He said, yo, bro, chill out. I said, nah, I ain't chilling out. Nothing, dude. You crazy? Look what she just did to me. And he said, you know what? Let me talk to her. She drunk, bro. Cause she's basically in my face, like telling me, go F myself. Men have sex with women all the time. Like, what's the big deal? She's discounting the fact that she forced herself on me on her menstrual cycle, which is technically a sexual assault. Diddy goes in the room. They may be in there for 2 or 3 minutes.
I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it.
He looks me directly in the face. He says, yo,
get your hey, hold on.
I'm sorry. He said she knew she was on her period. She wanted to.
I knew that nigga. Look, that nigga. I knew he was gonna do it. Then I said, he going on. He bringing out the bells and whistles. He's selling his story like a motherfucker. Now, whether it's true or not, who's to say? But
he's a good storyteller.
Hell yeah, nigga. Shit, boy, nigga sell good, boy.
Telling you, this is how everybody got hooked into rap. In the first was like, he's a good storyteller. He should have been a rapper. But
man, shit, like Cassie wasn't good motherfucking too, cause she was selling that shit too. But this nigga,
she didn't sell it. But the thing is, though, the difference between her and him, they have receipts. I'm not saying that she couldn't have walked away at any time. You know what I'm saying? But she was addicted to drugs for sure. And everybody knows some.
Fuck that, fuck no. Look what you saying. Hell no, you can't get away with that one because look what he said. He said she forced herself on him.
No.
She gave him drugs. Did she not give him drugs?
He was not getting his lifestyle provided for by a billionaire, right?
It don't matter. She was a millionaire.
Hold on.
Was a millionaire.
I know you're mad. I know you don't want to hear it, but this is the thing.
Because you sounded biased.
I do. I do. I understand it. But let's just say this. If he were a gay man, right, and he was getting his lifestyle taken care of by a billionaire, would he want to cooperate with the police? I know you don't think like, oh, I don't know, I'm not gay. But
yeah,
it's the same thing.
I can answer that.
Yeah.
I can't. Go ahead.
Well, I do know both sides of the story because I'm a nurse and I work with all communities. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing. It's like money is money. Prestige is prestige. Wanting to get to the top is wanting to get to the top. Some people are willing. People will put their morals to the side for fame. You know what I'm saying? People think like if I just do what he wants to do or she wants to do for a certain part of time, I'm going to eventually get what I want in life, and that's to be famous. Look at all these kids out here on the internet doing stupid shit just to be famous, like dumb shit. Like, I'm a little older than you, Nina, but I know that, we grew up in a different era where everything wasn't recorded. But these kids do the dumbest shit and they get popular for that. But imagine doing it for a billionaire. Not million, billionaire. Just think about that.
All right, come on, let's go. This nigga's selling it right now. We gotta catch up with the time. Let's go.
Have sex. We just came back from an event. She's mad drunk. She's mad horny. He said, yo, bro, she should have told you and gave you the option to do that. She was wrong. So I look over at her and she's just sitting there like this against the wall, like leaning against the wall, but she's not saying anything. So I'm waiting for her to apologize, which she never does. Finally, he takes out a wad of money. He gives me the wad of money. He said, yo, man, accept this as
Wait, you bitch ass nigga, you waiting for an apology? Get the fuck out of here. See, it's certain shit I don't fuck with. Like, he's saying some boosie ass shit, but you know,
my apology. We booked you a suite downstairs because they were in the Beverly Hills Hotel. He said, go take a shower, get some rest, let her sober up tomorrow. He said, yo, you know, y'all been doing this so long. I feel like y'all got your own relationship. So y'all shouldn't really mess it up because she's drunk and making a mistake. I had flew for 5 hours to LA. I was exhausted. It's 2-3 o'clock in the morning, so there's no flights leaving LA. So I technically have to stay. I stay to the next morning. I think I get up like 7-8 o'clock. Cassie calls me around 10 o'clock and she tells me she's sorry. She was drunk. She knew she was on her period. She basically confirms the fact that she knew she was on her period. She was drunk and that she intentionally violated me because she was feeling a way about the fact that I wouldn't come to her instead of my girlfriend. So that's how she forced herself on me and sexually assaulted me because I never knew she was on her period. She never told me. And then when I actually find out, she tried to discount me like the fact that I was offended because I felt insulted didn't matter because she was paying me for sex. And I guess she figured that I didn't matter as a person. And she knew, bro. Like, she totally knew she was on her period. She didn't even care. Like, she saw me pissed off. She didn't even care. She was like, so what?
Crazy, man. And
this is extremely crazy,
I'm
gang.
telling you. Go ahead.
Violated me. Like, I mean, most of the times, you know, men don't get the luxury to even, you know, come forth with these type of allegations or accusations. But same time, man, it's so far-fetched that this could even, like, Diddy is being a counselor between y'all and all that type. First of all, nigga, you were getting paid. We seen how Diddy treat people that he paid like peasants. Like, nigga, you need to be glad that I'm even in the room letting you smash my chick. A lot of this shit, I don't know how accurate it is, but you cannot deny that they didn't have some type of chemistry or some type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because he literally
in his mind. That's the thing.
So
that's what I'm saying.
So in order for a civil suit, you have to present, you know, evidence, right? So I think he still got phone records because I looked at something else too. They saying he got receipts, right? A lot of them, I don't watch a lot of those them celebrity junkie channels, but if he got receipts, it's gonna have his just due in court. That's the only thing I can say about it, because right now I'm not gonna say I believe him 1,000%, because some of it sounds you know, false, some of it sound inaccurate. Just the way he portraying how he speak and how Diddy was handling him and Cassie. I can't say I can agree with that. But one thing I can say is that you can't deny that he don't know Cassie or Diddy because of this situation, this lawsuit. You know, all he has to do is even bring up the lady he was smashing that owned the escort business, and that it'll fall in line. But yeah, this don't even sound like it's $1 million lawsuit. Now, just hearing it going forth, you know, this 100,000 at best, maybe 2. But you know, I know you over there like not even that. What you gonna say?
Look, I'm looking at the comments. They say this guy is recording himself so he don't forget what he's saying. This is
oh shit! Yeah, because I had caught on to that shit. Like, you nigga got the Ray-Bans on.
Put the pound of butter on a piece of bread.
Yeah,
they agree with me. You know, I'm talking to you like I'm not being just an emotional female. Like, I'm just sitting there. This nigga is not saying nothing that he hasn't said before the case, before the trial. Like, and it didn't sell then. Like, that was the time. Everybody has a hot moment.
Well, that's probably where I kind of disconnect from, because I didn't know that he was heavily. I knew that he was trying to get in, but I didn't see any paperwork with Clayton Howard case. I knew about the other dude, but I didn't know Clayton Howard was a part of that.
I don't even know who Clayton Howard is, but I watched I'm on part 4 of it, and I watched Tisa Tales. I'm not on the whole celebrity gossip thing, but she was there at the courtyard. I've seen her go from like 50,000 to like 300,000 to 5. I fuck with her. I don't follow her anymore, but she was right there. Everything that she said that was going on in the Diddy trial when
Mhm,
she was there is
mhm,
exactly what like Capricorn Clark, she said exactly what she said was going on. And the
mhm.
juror number, whatever, it's exactly what Tisa was saying was going on. And I felt that in my spirit, like she knows what's going on. So this thing, like I said, this thing is to the sides. Diddy's been sentenced. He gonna do his little, whatever. This guy's trying to get a civil suit, but it's a flimsy ass civil suit. Like this is the most flimsy civil suit I've ever seen. Just like that was the most flimsy federal case I've ever seen with Diddy.
Right. All right, let's go.
Go back to the comment you made earlier about how Diddy, he'll tell you and Cassie what to do. Would that turn you off? You being in your groove, you smashing her, and you got Diddy in your ear telling you what to do, telling you to stop, do this, do that. I mean, would that turn you off?
It was a hell of a turnoff, bro. It was annoying. It was incredibly frustrating. In the beginning, Cassie was kind of cool with it. She was compliant, but what really happened and what really caused a lot of the fights in the end is him doing exactly what you just said. Like, let's say she was at the point of climax. Diddy was a savage. Diddy would see her about to come and be like, stop now. And she'd be like, why? Why? He's like, stop now, come in the room, just to make her wait till she gets the orgasm. And I guess this was at the point where she was finally getting tired of him, wanting to assert herself as a woman, wanting to assert her independence in a relationship. So she started arguing back, saying, no, like, I thought he was here for me. Why are you doing this if he's here for me? Like, imagine how this is. Diddy's a billionaire, Cassie's a supermodel, and they're arguing over who you're there to sexually please, even though you're only sleeping with the woman. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it blew my ego up. I'm like, yo, this guy is 50 million times richer than me, and he's sitting here arguing with his girl because she's mad. He's stopping her from
See?
letting me come. I'm the man. You know what I'm saying? So that, like, it was a crazy situation. It was.
And if I'm not mistaken, you went off on Diddy before, right? After he asked you where you get.
Yes. And it's funny because ever since I came out on social media, a lot of the male escorts have contacted me. One actually contacted me today, but I promised him I wouldn't divulge his name. I think I was telling you about it before we started this interview.
Yeah, behind the scenes, yeah.
Yeah, and he reminded me of the time Diddy was gonna fight me during a freak off. He's like, "Yo, bro, remember when I told you it was Diddy and you was looking at him?" And he was like, "Nigga, why you looking at my face?" And you was like, "Yo, bro, I ain't looking at you, nigga." And me and him was going to fight in this encounter. I totally forgot about it. But bro remembered it. He said, yo, I knew you was official when you balked on him like that and you was going to fight him. Like, the only reason me and Diddy didn't fight during this encounter, I swear to you, was because Cassie jumped in the middle of us and said, babe, he's not staring at you. But Diddy thought I recognized him because at the time I didn't know who he was. So he got like crazy, like, yo, why you staring at me? You recognize me? And I'm like, dude, I don't even recognize you. I don't know who the hell you are. I didn't find out who he was till after the encounter, you know what I'm saying? So to talk about the time that he and I were gonna actually like get into it. This was well, he asked me if I was gay, excuse me. So I go meet him in Miami. And like the routine for a freak off when I came in was I had to strip. They didn't want me to have my clothes, my phone, nothing, because they were afraid I would take pictures or do something to them, whatever. So I had to give up my clothes when I came in. It was not an option. Give up your clothes and your phone. That's it. So they kind of programmed me that as soon as I would get to them, like walking these streets, I would strip. The suites, I would just strip. So I stripped, and I remember specifically this time, like Diddy was on it. He was high out of his face, bro. Like, yo, you could literally see this guy's eyes rolling in his head. He was so high. Pupils dilated. He's sweating. So it was a kind of a crazy encounter, this encounter. I remember they were in like this beautiful suite in the SLS Hotel on Collins Avenue in Miami. It overlooked like the whole Miami beach. It was gorgeous. So Cassie takes me outside. I'm like buck naked. She's buck naked. We got all of this baby oil on us. So, it's a sight to see two incredibly in shape people out on a hotel balcony like that. Cassie's like, yo, let's go inside. If paparazzi sees us like this, we're done. Good point. We go inside. She tells me she's going to go in the bedroom to finish getting ready. Diddy stays in the living room area with me. He rolls up a joint. He offers me some of the joint. We sitting there as men just talking, shooting the shit. He says, yo, bro, so what you want to do with yourself and stuff like that? So I start telling him about my life, my goals, my aspirations, things I'm into. And he's just listening to me real intent the whole time. So Yo, bro, out of nowhere, he says, so I'm looking at him. I was like, what? And he says, nothing. I said, what? He says, nothing. I say, yo, bro, man, like, what do you want to say? Just say it. Don't do that. Don't say something and then pull it back. Like, what was you going to say? So dude looks at me and he's like, yo, are you gay anyway? So I kind of looked at him and I was like, where the hell would you get that from? And he was like, I'm just saying. I said, nah, like, bro, where would you get that from? Look how I'm smashing your chick. Have I ever looked at you in any way like I want to smash you? Where the hell did that question come from? So I'm going to be honest. I got offended. I started saying, yo, what you want, some mook shit, bro? Like, what type of shit is you? Like, this is why you be asking me to stay in here naked? You really, like, you want me to sleep with you? So I start challenging him on it. Cassie hears the arguing. She comes.
God.
Okay.
Damn,
Go ahead.
This a lot, man.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me just process.
I'm telling you, there's a lot. Go ahead.
It's a lot. Nah, you go ahead. I'm go ahead because I'm gonna just keep playing play. What you gonna say? It's a lot.
Okay, so this is the one thing I do know. I don't know this man. I don't know Diddy. One thing I do know is that when you have a certain amount of money and prestige as a man, and listen, I'm a boxing fan. I'm a tomboy by heart. I have a lot of male friends, right? And I've learned something about male behavior. I don't know what it is to be a man, but you get bored, right? When you've had a certain amount of money, there's no kind of coochie that you can't get. None. There's like you could have it upside down, inside out. Then these dudes they be on drugs and they just get bored. So then they start dealing with like this kind of shit. This guy here. But this guy here is to me, Diddy deals with these kind of lawsuits and no one hears about it. Jay-Z, Diddy, all the big wigs, this is small fish to a giant, you know? Like this guy is just out here because the YouTube channels they want to get some little prestige. I'm not mad at them. Shouts out to everybody trying to get their money up. But this guy is telling a story that has been told for years and years and years and years. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, somebody just sent me I can't play because it got music, but there were 5 other male escorts that she was smashing, allegedly. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She testified to that, I think.
That's a lot. That was a lot. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga right here, this the cream of the crop. If a nigga could tell a story, this is the perfect one to go tell. All the other dudes probably can't articulate.
They don't want to because they make money still doing the things they were doing. Like it's a business. Like, if you're a whore, you don't want to tell people who you've been with because that fucks up your money. So
did you just call this nigga a whore?
Him and all the rest of them. He's a whore. Him and all the rest of them. I'm just saying.
Shit. Come on, let's go.
Comes out, she's like, yo, what's wrong? I say, yo, this fool ass nigga, just excuse my language. I'm like, yo, this fool just asked me if I'm gay. Like, what's up with him? So she breaks out laughing. Now I can see he's getting tight. But bro, I ain't letting up because you won't do nothing like that to a heterosexual man and think I'm just supposed to drop it. So I'm like, yo, bro, what's up? Why would you even ask me? Like, I'm saying, yo, I'm gonna leave. I'm not with that. I'm not comfortable with that, bro. I kind of feel like you just propositioned me. I was gonna leave. He gets up, he goes in the master suite, he comes out, he tosses me a wad of money, says, shut up. I took the money from him paying me with wads of money for years. It was like $5,000. Yo, bro.
Oh my God. Wow, the nigga just sexually offended your rectum.
He's a whore.
He just assassinated your rectum, cuz he went through you 5 bands. Shut up for 5,000?
For 5,000. But earlier you talking about
I don't care if it's $1 million
and all this other bullshit.
My thing is
my
this,
God.
Right? Diddy is a billionaire. Nigga, leave. Get your bitch ass. I go call another nigga up. You see what I'm saying?
Hey,
like that's what you.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You can't be on that merit, but pause, man. All of this rectum shit is just crazy because if a nigga, Nah, because if a nigga say some shit like that, nigga, you leave. Nigga, grab the money and leave, nigga. You
They're
don't.
cut from a different cloth, Nina. But
Man, fuck all that.
I was going
Um,
out
nigga
to
from
pair
LA,
up what you're
all that.
saying. Yeah, no, but yes, but no. You know, I'm from a different era of Los Angeles, but these niggas, I don't know. But anyway, but I was gonna compare it to in the Diddy thing on Netflix. uh oh girl, Kalina, who was from Diddy Dirty Money, she's like, I literally, she's like fighting I don't know, something about her kids. She's trying to get her kids back. She asked Diddy for $5,000. He's like, oh man, I can't do it, bitch. Why would you have anything to do with a billionaire who tell you can't get $5,000 from him? 5,000? That's nothing to him. They caught him with $9,000 in cash when they arrested him. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let's go.
I didn't need to be told to shut up again. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I needed. You gave me 5 cash to shut up, stop calling you gay. No problem. That was pretty much it. But it got crazier because when we go into the suite, like to start the encounter, like dude is still on it. He's still real high, like on it. So he kind of instructs me and Cassie to start the freak off with the soft play. He's sitting on a couch like I'm sitting on now. The bed is in front of me like your monitor is, and let's say I'm off to the side, like position so he can see me and Cassie at an angle. But I used to be so uncomfortable, bro, with this man sitting here watching me stroke my penis. He used to take everything in my power to ignore him. And that's the truth of why I started taking the drugs.
Hey,
The drugs would help
bro.
me focus on Cassie.
Hey, I don't care how you cut that. If you're stroking it, because you're stroking it for another man, it don't matter. Like, did he even realize what he fucking just said?
He did, yes, he did.
Nigga, you was stroke. Diddy would just sit there and watch you stroke.
Yeah.
Oh no,
No problem. Give me some money.
man. Yeah, man. First of all, he's sonning you like a little boy. You know what I'm saying? And stroking you.
Diddy Dirty Money. Yep.
Yes, man. That's
crazy that the group was called Diddy Dirty Money, right?
Yeah.
To me, in my mind, I was like, this goes along with what I feel about this nigga anyway. But go ahead.
Yeah, let's get to it.
And not be so like alert to the fact of what Diddy was doing, you know, because it's not comfortable. In any event, he comes out maybe 3 or 4 minutes into this and he says, wait, I want to eat her out. Now, I had been seeing Cassie at this time, I want to say maybe 5 or 6 years. I never saw Diddy eat her out. Never. No, he actually stopped me from trying to eat her out because I'm gonna be honest, she's a beautiful girl. You on them type of drugs, you sexing like that, shorty gonna get the work. So there was times I used to try to like go down on her and they would be like, no, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. And I'm wondering to myself, like, why they stopping me? You know what I'm saying? But I realize now they probably was stopping me so my mouth didn't turn inside out from all of the stuff she was doing behind my back. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Diddy jumps out. He like goes down like he's gonna eat her out. But the funny part is he tells me to continue standing there masturbating. So I thought that was weird because like you on top of her. Why should I? So I'm like, all right.
I didn't. What? Hold on.
Who's they? You can talk about. They told him to do this and they too. Who's they?
Oh, I think he referring to Cassie and him.
Now, I had been seeing Cassie at this time. I want to say maybe 5 or back in the chair, like the chair I'm sitting in, and he basically just like gives me and Cassie the green light to start the freak off. You know, again, bro, she's a beautiful woman. She says like this, bro, I run over there, try to jump in the vagina. Boom, let me get some. So now when I do this, you know, me and her start messing around, and all of a sudden he says, stop. We stop in mid stroke. He says, yo, give us a couple minutes. Like he kicks me out while I'm having sex with her. He kicks me out the room. I'm like ready to go. I'm not even gonna lie. I think I went in the corner and tried to satisfy myself. Shorty had me so horny. And she came out and actually caught me. So she catches me and she's like, yo, he wants you to leave right now, but you can come back. And I'm like, yo, why he get so mad? And all I remember she said to me is like, yo, you passed. I said, what does that mean? She said, don't worry about it. You passed. She gave me the the biggest hug I think she ever gave me in the entire all the encounters I had. She's like, yo, you passed. Yo, you're dope. You passed. I'll talk to you later. I'm like, all right, cool. So I leave. I don't hear from them for maybe 10 hours. But they did call me back that night and we had the encounter. But the whole time, Diddy was weird. Like, he didn't talk to me. He didn't say nothing. He didn't look in my direction. He was like super weird the rest of the night.
Take me through the moment when you found out that Diddy was behind the mask. I know you told me earlier that you had a few freakouts before you knew it was him.
Yeah.
Welcome to Iron Beam, the future of futures trading. With our cutting edge chart.
The first gentleman who testified during the trial, Daniel Phillip, he's actually the person who told me that it was Diddy, because I didn't know. Like once I won this like sexathon that Diddy and Cassie self-described between me and him, he was a smart man. He was like, yo, I ain't gonna make an enemy out of the dude who might have just replaced me. Because I think they gave him like $700 this encounter. They gave me like 8,000. You know what I'm saying? Because he failed. He couldn't keep it up. So they gave him like a little consolation prize, a couple $100. They gave me like 8 bands. So he takes my number. I'm like, I'm friendly. I'm cool. I'm like, all right, whatever. He calls me maybe a week and a half too late as he wants to get up in Times Square, Manhattan. I'm like, all right, bet. I didn't really know him like that. I thought he might have been feeling away, thinking I took his job. So I didn't go alone. I went with the homie. I'm like, yo, bro, I just need you to come with me to the city real quick. I don't know what I'm walking into, but hold it down. It should be regular, but you just gonna hold me down. All right. So me and dude meet. I think we met on Times Square on the east side at the bowling alley, Lucky Stripes. And as we all like having a dinner, looking for girls, because we single men, this is what we doing. We out talking, but we also looking for females. So we sitting there with these Chinese girls, and he was like, yo, man, like me and you we could do stuff because we got Cassie, we got Diddy. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was like, Diddy and Cassie. I'm like, what about them? What about Diddy? He said, dude, that's Diddy in the room. I said, no, it ain't. Get out of here. He was like, are you serious? He said, yo, you really don't know that's Diddy? I was like, no, bro, that's not Diddy. The man starts breaking it down to me. He's like, yo, you didn't never see the tattoos? Why you think his hair is covered like that? And he starts educating me on the fact that the woman I've been sleeping with for the last year and a half, 2 years is Cassie. You can imagine how shocked I was when I realized that he was telling the truth. And this was Diddy and Cassie. I'm like,
he's a liar.
How did you not recognize who these people was? So I think I didn't see Cassie again for maybe, I want to say a month, maybe 3-4 weeks. And the next time I saw it, it was crazy. Because I remember when I walked into the room, I'm holding my iPhone and some baby oil she told me to pick up on the way up. And I accidentally hit the flashlight icon on my iPhone, so the light came on. Shorty spazzes on me. Yo, why would you take a picture of me? What are you doing? It kind of reminds me of the TMZ video where you hear her cursing out the guy because she's scared that the freak off videos are going to be seen. Like, I've met that Cassie. I've met that Cassie when she thought I took a picture or a video of her. Yo, why would you do that? She runs in the room to get Diddy. Diddy come out on his Diddy gangster crap. Like, yo, bro, let me see your phone. No, you're not getting my phone, bro. I told her I ain't take no picture of her. I known y'all for a long time. I don't got to lie to you about, what I'm saying, taking no picture of Shorty. I told you I ain't take no picture. You're not getting my phone. He says, yo, bro, if you don't give me that phone, I said, what? If I don't give you the phone, what? I already know you Diddy and I know she Cassie. What you worried about that, bro? I know forever. I lied. Soon as I said that, that stopped them. They looked at each other. They walked back in the master suite. I want to say maybe 20 minutes later, Cassie came out without the wig. Diddy came out without the shirt on. And they was like, yo, bro, you know what? You trustworthy. You've been with us for a minute. So why hide anymore? And, Diddy's a visual guy. So he likes to create scenes. He likes to create moments. So I remember dude walked to this front window of the London hotel, like the whole window was glass, and he opens the drapes so the light come in. Now you see Cassie in the sunlight looking all good with the shaved head. Yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that was a sight. To see that woman in person looking like that, she's an amazingly beautiful woman. So this is how I finally got to see who they was and where the freak all started off with no mask and no cover.
And Cassie, she told you personally that she was pregnant by you, right?
Well, it was, I believe it was, we were just, I don't think she intended to get pregnant. No woman who accidentally gets pregnant intends to get pregnant. We just went a little bit too far. This one encounter in New York in the Gramercy Park Hotel, which is crazy. I can even remember where I got her pregnant at. At the time I was on parole. So I was checking in the parole like every week or every 2 weeks, remember, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still out in the street. I'm getting money from them. So, you know, my lifestyle didn't actually fit my income, if you understand what I'm saying. Um, it really didn't. So I remember like specifically, I go to I go to see Cassie, and we have this crazy encounter. Like we probably had sex like 2.5, 3 days. Ecstasy, Molly. This was still pretty early in the relationship. I want to say it was like 2012, 2013. We have this amazing encounter, great time. I leave her. Now, when I leave her, I remember literally I'm going to Harlem because I worked as a contractor. I'm still an independent construction contractor, but I had an office in Manhattan in Harlem. So when I left Cassie after this freak off, I drive to my office. It's 7 o'clock. I got to go to work. There was a tail light out on my pickup truck, and I got pulled over by the damn NYPD. They arrest me for a broken tail light. Ultimately, I get violated by parole for being out before parole told me I could go out, and I get detained for a violation. Now, on this violation, I find out Cassie's pregnant. Thinking about it a little bit, I realized, wait a minute, you had sex with her. She's 2 months pregnant. This is probably your baby. So I think I did a violation for maybe 6 months, 7 months. I had to do like this military program. It was so bogus and BS. But as soon as I came home, the first thing I did was look for Cassie. I had several phone numbers for her. I called them all. It might have took her 3 or 4 days. She calls me back. She's overseas. She's like, yo, where have you been? I said, yo, I got violated by parole. I was locked up. She says, oh my God, I was looking for you. You don't know how bad I was looking for you. We actually had a really good conversation the first time we reconnected after this violation, being separated for 7 to 8 months. So she tells me she's out of the States, and she's like, yo, you know what? I'll be there in a week because I need to talk to you. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't really think she's going to be there in a week. Yo, bro, clockwork. A week later, she texts me. She's in Manhattan. She's in the Gramercy Park Hotel. Can I meet her at 7 o'clock that night? Okay. I get to the Gramercy Park that evening. I remember I walk into the suite. Diddy actually let me in, which was weird because at that time, Diddy didn't never let me in the beginning. But this time I went there, Diddy let me into the suite. He daps me up. Yo, bro, what's up, man? Been a long time. You look good. You look healthy. Yo, where you been? So as I'm telling him, he gives me this look and he's like, yo, bro, she was looking for you. So I said, oh, yeah? He's like, yeah, bro, she was looking for you, bro. Y'all need to talk. So I'm like, all right. Cassie comes out the room. Soon as he says that, you know, looking like Cassie, looking beautiful. Me and her reconnect. We hug each other. She sits me on the couch in the living room and she tells me she was pregnant. So I said, well, like, how do you know it was mine? You know, typical women. I know it was you. You were the only guy around that time. It wasn't Sean. I know it was you. She tells me all of this to my face. She cries. She tells me she doesn't believe in abortion, but she only had the abortion because she didn't know who I was and how to find me. And I believed her from the emotional response she gave me, the crying, the look of regret that she did it. I actually believed her. You know what I'm saying? So I sat there myself, and I'll be honest, I was a little teary-eyed myself because no one really likes to see beautiful women cry.
Man, I don't give a fuck who crying, nigga. What you talking about? I was teary-eyed. Are you kidding me?
Have you listened to all the things this nigga said, Nina?
This nigga okay.
This guy talking about he met up with some guys and he told me, oh yeah, after all this, but I didn't know it was Diddy all the time. But you just said like 2 hours ago that you knew it was Diddy. I mean, he's just all over the place. He's a liar.
My thing is this, nigga, you mean to tell me Cassie started crying and told you she had her abortion? Diddy ain't crying. So you sitting up here crying with Cassie about man, come on, girl.
Even though you got a girlfriend and you didn't want to make it out to one of the freak-offs. I got a girlfriend. I got a real life girlfriend, and I didn't want to make it off to the freak off. But they paid me 8 bands, and they paid him 500 bands. Like he's all over the fucking place. He's a liar. He's a liar.
This is crazy, man. Let's go.
And she's crying about something that affected both of us. I kind of felt something towards it, so I'm like, damn, all right. It's like a sad situation. But the craziest part, bro, is I'm thinking she just called me to tell me about the pregnancy, and I'm leaving. As I get up to leave, she's like, where you going? I said, I'm leaving. She's like, oh, no, absolutely not, Sugar D. I've been waiting for you. Because she used to call me Sugar D. She's like, I've been waiting for you. No, you're not going nowhere. So I said, are you serious? Like, what about getting pregnant? She says, no, I'm on birth control now. We're okay. You're not going anywhere. She says, baby, does he have to leave? Diddy says, of course not. So, bro, me and her literally restart right where we left off. Before the end of the night, we have an unprotected sex again, like nothing happened. And bro, this went on for years after I impregnated her and she had an abortion.
Thousands of brands are scaling their ad accounts with AI creative that looks like real creators of.
And if I'm not mistaken, Cassie, she's the one that gave you Molly for the first.
Nina, listen, okay, hold on. For those who are just coming in, this guy said that he was on parole. He got pulled over, and he said, "Oh no, I can't get pulled over because he found out somehow, miraculously, that Cassie might be pregnant." And he thought maybe for some reason, even though she's fucking all these dudes in the freak off, it might be his baby. Of all the 5, 10 dudes she's been messing with, it might be his baby. And then he leads on to this situation where she's talking about baby. He's a fan. I'm telling you, he was in love. He fell in love. And that's the reason why he's suing her. Because he feels like she should have chose him. She should have chose up on him. He should have chose me, nigga. Like he feels like she should have chose up on him over Diddy. Because he feels like he treated her better and he's a simp and he got caught in the sauce. But go ahead.
Yeah, let's go.
First time. And Diddy, he's the one that gave you the pink cocaine, right?
Yeah. Cassie kind of drugged me like I told you about earlier. Cassie actually did drug me, but Diddy's drugging me was with that Tunchi stuff. I believe it was Tunchi now because of what it did to me. And the funny part is that I was talking to one of the male providers today, and he actually told me when he heard me talking about how Diddy drugged me, he remembers how Diddy drugged him. Diddy did this to a lot of people. Like the real Rico was the male prostitutes. It wasn't Jane and Cassie. It was the male prostitutes who Cassie, Jane, and Diddy manipulated into these situations. Because we all have the same story. I'm pretty sure you could agree because you've interviewed, 2 or 3 of us by now? We pretty much all got the same story. Diddy gave me the Molly, basically telling me that if I didn't take it, Cassie would get mad. So now I only took a little bit of it because, again, I'm not a big drug person, and I really just wanted to satisfy him and get him out of my face. So I said, all right, give me a little piece. It's Diddy. He's a billionaire. I've known him 5 or 6 years by now. He's never tried to hurt me. We had that one encounter where he asked me about the homosexual thing, but he paid me $5,000 and never did it again. So I really had no reason not to trust him. I take this substance, bro. I don't even think it took 30 minutes. This thing rocked me, bro. Yo, it rocked me. I remember I was hot. I was sweating. I was throwing up. I couldn't walk. I crawled across a 5-star hotel room to the bathroom to throw up in the toilet. I was so weak. This might have went on maybe 30 minutes, bro. I just threw up everything I had inside of me. Even water, liquid, everything came out. I finally get up. I managed to regain my strength. I go back in the living room. I'm sweating profusely, bro. Diddy comes out. First thing he noticed is, what's wrong with you? I say, yo, whatever you gave me, bro, not good. It's me up. I need to go.
His face.
Cassie comes out. She sees me. She says, oh my God, what's wrong with you? I said, yo, I need to get out of here. Whatever he just gave me, it got me twisted. She says, yo, what did you give him? He said, I gave him the pink stuff. I gave him some Molly. And she looked at him and just did this. And I said, yo, he said he gave me Molly. I never had nothing like this. She said, it's because it's not Molly. And I was like, what? But I'm so high, I can't really do anything about it. Because, bro, I was out of it. I could barely grasp my reality at this point. So they tell me, be careful. Diddy gives me like $1,500, which is the lowest amount he ever paid me. He gave me $1,500 after he drugged me with a substance that completely tore me from limb to limb. They tell me to be careful. They direct me to sneak out of the Trump International in Central Park West through the back staircase, which I did. Bro, I'm completely out of it, bro. I can barely stand. I'm sweating. It's December, bro. I got a coat on. I'm pouring sweat in the middle of Manhattan. Not a good look for a black man, bro. Not. I can't catch a cab. The cab drivers are seeing me. They riding by me. I'm nervous as hell. I can't figure it out. So I start walking down I believe it was Broadway I tried to get to. I start walking towards Broadway, bro, just to get out the area. By the time I realized where I was in Union Square. Yeah, messed up, bro, sweating. I was so out of it at this point, getting to Union Square. I found like a little alcove on a side street. And I don't know if you've ever been in New York and you see like the homeless people sleeping in the side street in like a little alcove or like a department store, like a Macy's exit door or something. That was Dave, curled up in the corner of like a Macy's exit door. It might have been Old Navy I was at, actually, in the corner like a homeless man, sweating, not being able to figure out what the hell I'm doing. I call my bro. I say, yo, bro, I'm messed up. I need you to come get me in the city. I share my location with him. Like 30 minutes later, he gets there. He says, yo, you look terrible. He took me to the doctor. The doctor wanted to run all these tests on me, but I got scared because I knew what I had taken. So I leave and I spend like the next 3 or 4 days just trying to recover and get it back. The other guy I talked to, he told me the same experience happened to him when Diddy drugged him. The exact same effects that I went through, whatever Diddy gave him, the same thing happened to him too. Yup.
Insane. And to go back to Cassie, you said that she used to have the sheets all soaked up, right? During freakos?
Yeah, bro. Like that was the biggest expense. I would see like their incidental bill had to be crazy, from the baby oil on the floor to the fires to the multiple sheets, because there used to be fires, bro. Like baby oil and material is flammable. You know what I'm saying? So we got all of this baby oil all over the sheets. We're using these little tea candles to light the room. You know, we're not having delicate sex. It's passionate, it's physical. We're knocking stuff over. A few times we would knock over tea candles, the comforters would catch on fire, a part of the rug would catch on fire, some of the couch would catch on fire. So things were always burning in these freak-offs from the baby oil, candles, and materials. It was like those. It's really sad, bro, because you know when you go through situations like this, there's certain things you can never forget as much as you want to. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of one of those things. As time went by, I was kind of able to displace it until Shorty did all of this, Cassie, where she brought it back all up. So now we have to relive it all, and it comes back like it's fresh trauma now.
And Cassie told you personally that she was the best she ever had, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It was after that orgy with Daniel Phillips. Diddy told me first. Diddy comes out. He gives me the $8,000 after he let Daniel Phillip out the apartment. And he says, yo, listen, bro, she says you the best D she ever had in her life. I said, word? He was like, yeah. I said, all right, you know, cool, whatever. What am I supposed to say? This is her man. That's their situation. The funny part is, bro, I had to go to work right after this. I had been there 2 days. I had a job. I'm a regular person. I go to work. I'm exhausted. My manager sees it all in my face. At the time, I was an optician on the Upper East Side, and I believe it was like a luxury eyewear trade. So she says, yo, what's wrong with you? My manager knew I was sleeping with Cassie because I used to leave work to go sleep with Cassie. And I used to pay my manager like $200-300 of what Diddy paid me to hold me down. Like she's not making $200 or $300 a day just to hold somebody down to go do something. So I'll be like, yo, Brenda, what's up? Let me give you $400 or $500, $300. Just hold me down, finish the day. Let me go do this. All right, bet. So
first of all, you can't tell me that this nigga didn't sign an NDA. You can't tell me he didn't sign an NDA and you broke contract by even telling your manager that you fucking Cassie. Oh man, come on, man.
Wait a minute, hold on. He said he had a loctician.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't he bald?
He was. Remember, this is years ago.
I get to work that morning. I tell Brenda I saw Cassie. She's like, "Oh my God, okay, how much you want? How much you gonna give me to go to sleep?" I think I gave her like $300 or $400. I go in the back, I go to sleep. Couple hours later, my phone is ringing. Brenda actually brings me my phone, like, "Yo, somebody's calling you off the hook." I answer the phone. It's Cassie. Yo, what you doing?
You said what
I'm
you
like,
said again, Nina?
trying to sleep. I'm at work. She says, "Yo, listen, I need more."
What'd you say?
What did you say? I put too much in. I shit dropped off.
I forgot shit. We just go keep.
He said he had a loctician. I'm trying to follow this nigga story. You're all over the place. He said he had a loctician, and I'm like, what? Why do you have a loctician? You have no hair.
Oh, right. Now, back then he had hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, let's go.
That shit was great. I said, are you serious? She said, yeah, I was asleep all this time. I got back up. Can you come back uptown? I said, I'm at work. She said, so what? Just leave. Didn't you say you could leave before? You've left other times. I said, well, I got to pay my manager. I don't really have it to pay my manager. She said, what you mean? We just gave you $8,000 and I'm going to pay you to come back. I'm sitting there. My manager is right in my face, bro, listening to the call. She's like, go, go, go. So I said, all right. I'll be up there in a little bit. She says, you got to come now because we're leaving tonight. So I pay my manager another $300-$400. I go back. Soon as I get there this time, Cassie opens the door. She hugs me real tight. We're sitting in the living room. She says, yo, that was great. You might have been the best D I ever had. And I said, well, he said that to me. Thank you. She says, no, I'm serious. She says, listen, I want to talk to you. I said, all right, we talking. She said, well, I remember I told you about you and the last guy. Whoever won was going to be my guy. I said, yeah. She says, you won. I said, okay. So she says, listen, why don't we do something exclusive? Like you show me your test results every month. You can come satisfy me. Like we like you. We want to keep you. You're clean. You're safe. So she basically makes me this offer to be her permanent provider. Wink, wink. Like she's telling the truth and there's no one else. We now know there were many other people, but she basically tells me that I'm going to be the only guy because I beat Daniel Phillip. I'm like, all right. So that's kind of what started my exclusive relationship with her. That.
And she wrote a song for you, right?
Yes. Well, she told me she wrote the song. She actually used to sing it
But
to
who
me like
wrote the
every
song
time
from
we
you,
had sex for
Cassie?
probably a
Yeah,
year.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a
stop
song with
it.
French
Okay.
Montana on the Cassie
That's
Super
probably
album
song for
called
the nigga.
Addiction. And I didn't believe her, bro.
Yeah, he didn't believe that shit either. Well, nigga, who the fuck you think you really is, cuz? Come on.
Okay.
Nigga, what? Yeah. Come on, gang. Come on, let's
Oh my
go.
God.
I tell you, I didn't believe this girl wrote me no song. I'm like, yeah, get out of here. You're right. But one time I remember I was with her and she's on top of me, like during the actual encounter. We vibing as men and women do when you've had sex with women for a long time. Y'all just can talk during sex because y'all so comfortable with each other. And she puts the song on and she's like humming the song. And I was like, yo, you really wrote this song for me? And she says, listen to the words. So, bro, this is probably the first time I listened to the words of this song. And I swear to you, the words of this song is a freak off with me and this girl. Like she's literally talking about how she's waiting for me. She don't want to waste no time. The mood is right. It's literally the freak offs me and this girl have been having for years. So this was the first night I realized that I might have actually inspired her to sing this song from the freak offs we was having. I still listen to it.
Oh, for real? You still listen to it, yo?
Yeah, I still listen to it.
Go ahead and get yours off. Get yours off because your ass laughing through the fucking video, man.
I can't.
No, get yours off because you gonna fuck around and make me laugh
I'm
with you.
sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Go
get
ahead.
it off. Get it off. No, let her get
My eyes is watering. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me get my composure. This dude is a fucking liar. Anybody listen. To all the people who are new to this chat, welcome. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like, subscribe,
No, nigga, get yours off. Like, this nigga right here, he's something else. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh my God. This nigga, first he was disgusted because she was on her period and she had sex with him. Rings, for those who know, like, and then he talked like he met some other dudes, and then he didn't know that was, and then he knew, and he wanted money, and and then she wrote a song. Wrote a song for him, and she got pregnant. Oh my God. What the fuck is going on? Go ahead.
All right, come on, let's go.
When I listen to the song, it reminds me of her, what she said. So, when I listen to the song, thank you for writing me a song and dedicating your love to me, baby. Thank you.
Give me the backstory behind the incident where Diddy said that he would shoot you for laughing at him.
Yeah, I had finished having sex with Cassie, and Diddy was weird, even though he was paying us to sleep with his girl, dude is exceptionally competitive, bro. Like he would be trying to compete with us to out sex his girl, but he's paying us because he knows we're larger than him and are gonna do a better job than him, which is like it's like an oxymoron or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, what are you doing? On one side, you're paying me to do something, but at the same time, you're going against it by trying to compete with me. You know what I'm saying? So Diddy was a strange character, you know. So he would. I'm trying to think of the right way to say this. There really is no right way to say it, honestly. I was having sex with Cassie, straight, lustful, hot, drug fueled sex. And Diddy noticed it. So when I finished, I'm gonna be honest, I was younger and I was an arrogant little dude. I'm gonna be honest. I was so arrogant. Like I knew what I was doing to Cassie. So I would get up and you know, like the analogy, the brother done tore the woman apart and you drinking Kool-Aid after. Like, yeah, I did that. I used to do stuff like that to Diddy.
Not
Like I
Kool-Aid.
would smash out Cassie, get up, get a water, and be drinking the water, standing there like, yeah, what you gonna do now? So you know, Diddy didn't really like that. He didn't like the fact that I would like, I guess you want to say like be arrogant with it, you know what I'm saying? Like do it like that. So one time I did it, and he was like, "Yo, you really think you that dude, right?" I said, "I'm saying your girl seemed to think so. She keep calling me." He's like, "Yo, I'll blow your damn face off." I said, "Man, you ain't got no damn gun," because I kind of knew him at this point. I said, "Bro, you ain't got no gun, and you ain't that damn stupid to pull no gun on me." So he was like, "Yeah, baby, go get my gun." Cassie stands up. She starts walking towards the master street like she's going to get the gun. So I'm gonna be honest, Art, like she was like 5 feet from the door. I was like, oh, she might really be going to get this. um, but she stopped right before the door. She turns around and she just goes and sits in his lap. And he says, "Yeah, you lucky she don't want to go get it, so I don't have to shoot you." But that's when Diddy threatened to shoot me in the face. Diddy's a wild boy. Diddy's like, you know, they say act as if. And a lot of people might say that Diddy was a punk in the 90s and he wasn't this and he wasn't that. But you got to imagine that a man who has lived his life acting as though he was a gangster would eventually attribute that character and become the thing that he's acting for the last 30 years. And I honestly feel that that's what Diddy is. Like even Diddy's mannerism, even his personality. When I was with him in these freak offs, it read pimp. Like I literally got pimp energy from Diddy. The first 2 years, bro, I didn't even know it was Diddy and Cassie again. I thought this was a successful pimp who was pimping out his beautiful girlfriend to be a model or something like that. Because I did not believe Cassie sold vagina. I did not believe that. She was too intelligent. She was doing too much. I actually thought she was like a model or something. And this guy was just pimping the hell out of her, pimping his arrangements. Because, you know, you got some pimps who realize that a woman's body and her mind is far more valuable than her laying on her back all day. And they make serious money with these women. So I figured Diddy was just one of these guys. I never thought that he was Diddy, and I never thought it was Cassie, bro. Never.
Was any of these freakos recorded?
Oh yeah, I was in several of the freak off videos. They recorded me, I want to say, for the first 2 years, basically every encounter. Yeah. Me and Cassie used to have hot sex, bro. This is the truth. Like they would record it. Bro, I've seen Cassie open up videos, old videos of me and her have sex and masturbate to these videos to the point where I can see her squirting. She's so turned on by me and her having sex.
You know what happened to the
Oh
videos?
my God.
I don't know, but I remember when she was taking them, I did not want to be taped. And I told her this specifically, like, yo, dude, I don't want to be on these tapes. I remember when I told her this, I knew who they were at the time. And my biggest concern was the fact that, you know, everybody think Diddy gay. I didn't want to be on no tape with Diddy and everybody think that he's gay. Because the second people see me on the tape with Diddy naked, they gonna think it's some gay stuff. So I told Cassie this. I said, yo, listen, I don't want to be on these tapes. Like, I don't want to be on no tape with him. No disrespect. Maybe if we was in a music video, we was in a club. Yeah, it's lit being on tape with Puffy. It ain't lit being in this situation, baby. I don't want to be on no video with Puffy. She tells me straight up, no, Clay, it's okay. You know, this is just for me because, you know, we have such hot sex. It turns me on. Like, I love watching this and playing it back. I talk about it to Sean. Let me show you something. She goes and takes out her MacBook, bro. And like I told you, she opens a folder. She had a bunch of videos in there. I remember it was probably like 30 videos in there she had at this time. And she just cuts one on. Squirts, orgasms, all of this just off watching a prior video of me and her engaged in the freak off. And that's the only reason I really stopped asking her about the videos, because I personally saw her obtain sexual satisfaction. I had no reason to doubt that they were for her personal use and that she was using them herself. So I kind of let it go. You could imagine my surprise when the U.S. Attorney's Office had them.
Did you ever try to leave a freak off, but they made you stay? Just out of curiosity.
They used to take my clothes and my phone. So there were a bunch of times that I would want to leave. really from conditions. Let's say I would be locked in the living room with no clothes. Those 5-star hotels are freezing. So I would want to leave, put my clothes on. A lot of times, you locked in a room for days. You just want to get out, walk around. There would be times I was tired before they started like giving me the drugs. Like, technically speaking, I've been here.
Nigga, are you saying they had you, nigga, clothes with no clothes on, no phone? Oh, come on, nigga. You was they
Butt
pet,
naked in
nigga.
a freezing room.
Yeah, come
Exactly.
on, man. That nigga, let's go.
10 hours. So I've kind of earned my rate. I'm ready to go. They would ignore me though, bro. They wouldn't give me my clothes back. They would hold my phone. Um, I remember one time specifically, Cassie had me locked in a room for like a day and a half. And I asked her numerous times to give me my phone and my clothes. And she'd be like, okay, I'll give it to you. I'll be right back. And she wouldn't come back. Then when she did come back, it was time to do a freak off. And they would want me to do the freak off before I could go to the store or leave the room. So now I do the freak off and I satisfy her. I'm waiting to give them a second to get ready in the bedroom. That second turns into 4, 5, 6 hours, and then they come back and do the same thing again. So I remember specifically there was one time where I tried to leave numerous times, but because they had my phone and my clothes, I couldn't, which kind of makes me I don't want to say it, but a hostage to an extent because I can't willingly leave. You can't.
Man, get the fuck out of here, cuz. All you gotta do, hey, fuck the money, nigga. Where my phone at? Nigga, hey, go get my man. Where my shit at? Go get it. The fuck you mean who was gonna kick your ass? You mean to tell me Puff, you was scared of Puff
Diddy
now?
and Cassie.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Walk into one of these 5-star hotels, buck naked with no phone. You're not going to get that far. You're not registered. They're not going to want to hear I'm upstairs with Diddy. You really think Diddy's going to answer the hotel phone and say, yeah, this naked black guy is with me? Absolutely not.
And you got an STD by Cassie, right?
Well, I found out first because I actually got an STD test because I started feeling weird after an encounter. Not going to ask you if you know how that feels. I pray to God you've never had that experience. I've only had it one time in my life with Cassie. And the feeling of catching an STD is not a comfortable feeling. The first thing you notice is the difficulty in urination. And that's the first thing I noticed. Like, yo, what the hell? What the hell is wrong with me? I thought I had like water in my penis because that happens sometime as a man. When you take a shower, you might get a little water in there and it's discomfort when you pee. But the next day it was worse. So immediately I go to the doctor to find out. I come up positive for chlamydia. Thank God my girlfriend was out of town at the time, so she didn't know. So I'm trying to just hurry up and get the disease over with before my chick come back, want some beef, and then I got to take care of her and possibly infect her. In any event, she didn't come back. My girlfriend didn't come back. I think it was for like 8 days because she was on a business trip. So she comes back, whatever. We do get engaged. We do have sexual intercourse when she comes back. I want to say Cassie didn't call me for like a month, but during that month, my girlfriend went to the doctor, got completely tested out. She had clean test results. So I knew after my girl went to the doctor and didn't come home and curse me out saying, you gave me something, I was good. All right, bet. I go see Cassie maybe a month later. And the first thing I did was pull out a condom because I'm like, yo, if my girl didn't give me this, Cassie gave me this. But I can't directly accuse her because I don't know. So I didn't say anything. I just decided to wear a condom.
Horrible.
Now, Diddy sees this condom and he says, yo, bro, what's that
Horrible
for?
behavior.
And I said, oh, we got to be careful. We've been doing this too long. I got a girlfriend. I got to be mindful of that. I don't ever want to bring nothing home to my girlfriend. I loved my girlfriend hard. Just because I slept with Cassie all this time, the woman I was with at this time, I loved my girlfriend. That's how I know I didn't love Cassie. I know I loved my girlfriend because I would sleep with Cassie and think about my ex-girlfriend.
You don't want to add nothing to it?
Nina, what you got to say about it?
I was gonna play on. Nah, you jumped in. Go ahead.
No. I mean, just as a man, we talking about,
I wasn't. Look, I
This
heard
is
glimpses.
look.
I heard you about to start laughing. So go ahead.
I mean, I'm saying because listen, look, it's 2 o'clock on the West Coast. It's grown folks hour. It's dick and pussy business. And this man is sitting up here talking about his girlfriend all this time, and he all the time I was fucking this girl who was fucking this man who's a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? And I thought I might have had a disease and I might have had a pregnant, and but Now I'm gonna put a condom on just because. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You want some money for this? What are you talking about?
Yeah. You ready?
Go.
All right, let's go.
So Cassie actually comes out and Cassie says, "No, babe, remember the chlamydia?" I said, "What did you say?" She says, "Oh yeah, I had a chlamydia scare because
Man. This nigga killing the game with the
What I'm
bullshit.
saying, I'm just saying,
Wait a
bro.
minute, hold on. Because remember, he said that he just fucked his girl and she didn't, nothing came back. Then, man, come on. You fucked the girl raw. Now you get hurt and they, man, come on, gang. This nigga is hell, man.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Sean cheated on me. She blamed it on Diddy, said Diddy cheated on her, and told me I should go to the doctor." Yo, bruh, I was pissed. Oh, I was so pissed. I was pissed. I was
Not the clap
disgusted.
off.
And I just remember looking at her like,
what'd you say?
I'm looking at the comments at the clap off. Clap on. Clap off.
"This is how you tell me? I think you should have reached out and told me by phone when you found out and say, yo, Dave, go to the doctor. Like this came up. Sean cheated on me. I think I have chlamydia. I don't want you to be affected by this. Go to the doctor. I'm so sorry. You didn't even have enough regard for me as a human being to call me and tell me you think your man gave you chlamydia." You know what I'm saying? So I ended up leaving that encounter actually. And I don't think I saw them for maybe 6 months because I was pissed off. But honestly, all economic conditions play a part. They hit me again with the flim flam. They called me up because I wouldn't come. They offered me like 30 bands to go to
'Cause you're a
Florida to
whore.
freak off with Cassie. I ain't making 30 bands to freak off with no woman. So even though, it's been times where they haven't paid me, the simple possibility that I might get this 30 bands is enticing enough for me to get on the plane and go to Florida. So I go back down there and I have sex with her again. But I use condoms for every other time I had sex with her after that point.
From your point of view, when you look at this situation, how do you view Cassie?
Well, I'm going to start off by saying she's 100% a co-conspirator. She's not a victim of this. This was something that Diddy and his girlfriends got together to do to satisfy.
That's where, oh man, she's gonna pay out in court. I don't know how much she gonna get, but this nigga that was it right there. Half this shit is sound like lies. Let's be clear, chat. But he one hell of a storyteller, and I don't know, man. Let's go.
And then, hold on, let me ask you a question, Nina. If you're in an interview, are you gonna sit there with your legs crossed like that?
Man, let's go.
Prey fantasies. To tell you the truth, as a victim of this, I really don't think this is something they set up intentionally to be malicious. I think it was something they just started talking about their fantasies with. They got it started with to, satisfy those fantasies, and it got horribly out of control. I totally believe that this is just something that got above them from the drugs and the fact that they had no regard for the people who they were calling because they were so high above the people they were calling. Cassie was definitely a co-conspirator, bro. There's no way about it. I was in the room too long. I was in too many freak-offs, bro. There's no way me as an actual party who sat in these freak-offs for years can tell you that Cassandra Ventura was a victim. She was not.
Nina.
She was a victim of DV because Diddy was volatile.
Yeah.
Do you see that his shirt says Nike Snacks?
Nah, I'm not watching this nigga. You bugging. Why you think I'm looking at this nigga like that? I'm already disappointed in this nigga with all the cornball shit he said. Look, I was rolling with the nigga until we started getting
in Nina Boy world. Look, I'm big Nina world, right? Like I'm just on your live stream, right? I'm just looking. I'm peeping the scene. And just right now it says Nike, I'm cool with Nike. I got everything Nike. But it says Nike Snacks on the shirt.
This is some crazy shit, man. This is crazy.
This is lace cross. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Yeah, for days, he'd be high for days. His emotions and his mood would flip like that, but he never beat Cassie because Cassie didn't want to have sex. He did hit her one time because he caught she and I sneaking having sex when he told us to stop. He goes in the bedroom. He tells us to stop. She's close to climax. She tells me when he closes the door, yo, throw it back in. I'm high. She's high. I throw it back in. Shorty comes. Diddy catches her coming. Now he's mad that she had sex with me when he told her not to. So he puts hands on her. That's the only time that they would have violence with things like that, bro. It was never because she would be like, no, I don't want to do this, or this is uncomfortable. And he takes in the room and starts punching her in the head, like, go out there and suck some beef. Never that, bro.
And you saw Diddy stop Cassie from doing drugs multiple times, right?
I saw it at
Oh, I
least twice.
see it. I see
The
it.
time she overdosed in Long Island, and like I think one time we was in Miami, because you know we all been young, bro. When you young, you into the lifestyle, music industry, any industry, you might smoke weed, you party. People like to do drugs. They like to get high. They like the way it makes them feel. With respect for Cassie and a lot of consideration for her, because a lot of people think that I hate her or I don't like her because my lawsuit is filled with predominantly allegations against her. It's not personal. It's because my experience is with her. I could lie on Diddy, but I'd be lying on Diddy and I would jeopardize my action because Diddy and his team would break my part to lie. But everything in that lawsuit is the truth. That's why Cassie's lawyer hasn't responded yet. He can't. What is he going to respond to? Everything the U.S. Attorney's office knows to? He really can't do anything. So I want to say, like, this is something that just got out of control, that I think that when she realized that, you know, her relationship with Diddy was over, she got this new husband. And shout out to her husband, Alex Fine. I respect that man. A lot of people try to clown him, but I respect him. And I'm going to tell you why I respect him. When his wife told him this, he did the right thing. He told his wife to go get justice. That's exactly what that man was supposed to do. If my wife came to me and told me some of the things that happened that Diddy did to her, I'd be like, baby, get him. Take him to
Get
the
the
cleans.
money.
Say everything.
Get the money. Yeah, that's
But
right.
now the problem is, I think when she told her husband this, she wasn't honest with him. There's no way she told this man the truth. There's no way she told this guy everything that happened to this. She made herself look like the victim, and now she's getting exposed because people like me and all the male escorts are saying Cassie was involved. Cassie liked it. And that's her problem now.
Tell me about the time that Cassie overdosed. Because the drug that she overdosed on, Diddy told her to stop taking, right?
Yes, he did. It was GHB. We have this freak. We have.
Anybody know what GHP is? What the hell is that?
I do indeed. It's a date rape drug. It's a date rape drug. And what I found out recently in the last 2 years, people like to dose themselves on that drug. I've had people come in.
What is it? Is it an up or
It's a mind
downer?
eraser. It's a mind eraser. It's like what Diddy likes. He likes it. Just
Yeah,
makes
but you
not.
gotta break it down to me in hood terms. Like what did that do?
Okay, so I mean, back in the day, my sister used to tell me not to. My sister, okay. So back in the day, in the 90s, 80s, 90s, she's partying, going to the clubs. She said, don't abandon your drink because people put Visine in it. Visine was the mind eraser. GHB is the new date rape drug. So that means that they drop it into your drink and you don't remember anything else after that. You don't know. Like if you go to the bathroom, hey, watch my drink or whatever. And then you go to the bathroom, somebody drops a couple drops of that GHB in it. You don't remember anything. You take a couple sips, you don't remember anything else.
That's crazy. All right, let's go.
You gotta hold on. You gotta finish watching. You gotta finish watching the Diddy thing on Netflix. It tells you.
Yeah, it was. I ain't get through. I'm gonna take protection too much, man. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I'm like you. I have ADHD. I don't be watching that shit.
Yeah,
I'm almost through episode 4. So Aubrey O'Day, she'll tell you about that situation. Anyway, go ahead. All right,
let's go.
Off of this crappy hotel in Long Island. It wasn't a crappy hotel. It was a Holiday Inn. I just wasn't used to it because they had me in all of these 5-star hotels. They kind of spoiled me. Excuse me. So we go to this hotel. As soon as Cassie gets in the room, she hugs me. She kisses me. She's ready to go. She's grabbing my beef already. Like when I walk in the door, she's beef grabbing. She sets herself up, puts her lingerie on. Diddy's telling her to slow down. He said, yo, baby, you too thirsty. Relax. She's like, yo, I'm so horny. I'm ready to go. She pulls out this little jar with the GHB. She takes her dosage. Diddy looked at it. He told her, baby, that's too much. Don't take that. She says, no, I'm fine. He told
Wait, why was she? I mean, why was she take? What is that, like ecstasy or something? Do it get you high or do it just erase your mind? Is a powerful, fast-acting central nerve system. Okay, primarily known as a legal club and date grape drug. Okay. I understand. Why was she taking it?
Told her, I want to be fair and I want to be honest. I think this man told her like 3 or 4 times she was taking too much, but she told him no. She takes the substance, bro. I could say it was less than 10 or 15 minutes. Cassie
See, he's fucking up
turns
his own
up. Her
case by
lips are
admitting
fuller.
this.
Her breasts are standing up. She's sweating. I'm going to be honest. She looked amazing, bro. Like whatever this drug did to her running through her skin, shorty turned from bad to super bad. So now she's attacking me. She's rubbing me. She's like kissing me all over me. I'm highly impressed. Diddy knows something's wrong with her. He's like, yo, Dave, hold on a second. Hold on. Chill. Something wrong. I'm like, bro, let her finish. Hold on, just give her a second. Let her finish. Let me see where this is gonna go. She gets on her knees to like service me. And Diddy knows something's wrong with her. He's like, yo, hold on, bro. She's not acting right. Something's wrong. I'm still telling her to go because, bro, she's turned up. She's tearing me apart. She's about to, orally satisfy me the way she's moving. I'm feeling like she about to do the damn thing, bro. So I'm telling him to wait to let me at least experience some of this new Cassie that I've never seen before. Because I hadn't seen this version of Cassie. I like this one. Yo, all of a sudden,
He's on
bro, she
Molly at the
stood up
time.
and she just starts going into convulsions, bro. Violent, like swinging. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with her? Diddy grabbed her. He said, yo, she overdosing. Oh, crap. So now me and him is trying to grab her. I'm covered in baby oil. She's covered in baby oil. He's
That
trying
has
to grab her,
DHC
but
in
she
it.
got so much baby oil on her, he can't grab her. She's slipping out of his hands.
Oh
I'm
my
trying to
God.
grab her. I got baby oil on her. I can't grab her. So you got me, Diddy, and Cassie. Me and Diddy covered in oil, trying to grab Cassie and restrain her, but we can't because she covered in baby oil and she messing.
So you naked, Diddy naked, she naked. Come on, gang. Come on. So y'all both grabbing her and shit?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. You can't tell me niggas might not touch each other down. Man, come on, gang. This shit is crazy. Like, I ain't never getting that. I ain't into all that fucking freaky ass
Listen,
shit.
hey,
Man, that's crazy.
I'm a woman in a man's world right now. Y'all tell me anything. Y'all like to do gang bangs, but you don't really be looking at your dude while you. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
This went on for like 30 minutes. So finally, Diddy says, yo, wipe yourself off, put your clothes on, and help me put her in the shower. Bet. I put my actually he said wipe yourself off, put your clothes on, help me put her in the shower. I actually wiped myself off and took her in the
Oh my
shower, hoping
God.
the cold water would wake her up. It didn't. The next 8 hours, we sit in this room, 7-8 hours, just trying to wait for Cassie to wake up out of this drug-induced coma so we can see if she's all right. Now, I did want to call the ambulance. Diddy didn't want to call the ambulance because he's like, yo, dude, do you know who I am, bro? Paparazzi come here, the news come here. Bro, it's over now. We got to see if she going to be all right. So he makes me wait in this room to see if Cassie's going
She could have died. So that's crazy.
to be all right. And I want to say up until this point, me and him wasn't really cool. But after this night, when I held him down, I didn't leave him because Shorty overdosed. And I actually waited to see if she was okay. He gained the respect for me. So now me and him have rapport as men. It's like, all right, bro, I went through this, but you a man. You held me down. You didn't run on me. Because Diddy, he might be a messed up dude, but he got some principles to him. He got some honor to him as a man. So he appreciated the fact, that I held him down. Me and this man is exhausted, bro. It's 2 men in there, like they might say all of this gay stuff about Diddy, but Diddy and me never did no gay stuff. Diddy's like a guy you could talk to like a block guy. This is the truth, he's a man's man. You could have a conversation with Diddy. So now we talk this whole night about different subjects, and the morning come, we sober. We ain't do no drugs. It's just me and him. What we look like two men. I ain't gonna say he heterosexual, but I know I am. What we look like doing drugs together with no girl. Not happening. So now we sober. Cassie wakes up that morning. She's been asleep 7-8 hours, so she's like all over the place. She's up. She feel better. She's like, yeah, thank you. You're my hero. You stayed with me. Oh my God, like me and you are so close. Remember, I've known them for years at this time. She says to me, Diddy goes into the drawer, pulls out some money. He tells me again, I held him down. He's paying me to leave. I could see it in the man's face. He's tired. I'm tired. We want to go home. Cassie says, where do you think you going, Sugar D? I said, home. She said, no,
After
you're
she
not. I
almost
almost died last
overdosed.
night. You're going to give me some dick.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's
Oh
go.
my God.
Diddy said, baby, you serious? Like, yo, we've been up all night. Like, we tired. She said, no, he's good, babe. Come on. What are you talking about? I almost died last night, babe. I could have died and then I wouldn't have got anything. That's not fair. So she's literally convincing Diddy to let me stay. Diddy puts the ball in my court. He says, well, bro, you know she wants you. What you going to do? So now she's looking at me. He's looking at me. I can't say, nah, I don't want to really stay. I want to go home. At least I feel I can't say that. So I say, you know what? Whatever. I stay. I end up having sex with her another 12 hours.
Yeah, that's wild, man. But tell me about this lawyer that wanted you to lie on Diddy and say he raped you.
Oh, that was Tyrone Blackburn, bro. Tyrone Blackburn is a piece of crap, bro. Tyrone Blackburn is the attorney that if you really want your civil action to go through,
That's Little Rod lawyer, right?
Yeah, that's Little Rod lawyer. Shout out to Little Rod. No disrespect to you, Little Rod, but Tyrone is not the man. That's probably why half of your claims got dismissed, because Tyrone don't know what the hell he doing. But Tyrone is a lawyer who files salacious claims. Like, he has no problem falsifying allegations and demands letters. Whatever makes a celebrity or important person look bad, Tyrone is willing to put into a complaint. I actually met Tyrone because he represented me on a matter regarding my civil rights in the NYPD in the city of New York. I'm a victim of malicious prosecution and women stalking me, lying on me to the police. So this is why the situation with Diddy kind of hit me different. Cassie's lying on Diddy. I'm a man who's been lied on by my ex-girlfriend for years, bro. I got multiple orders of protection against her. I'm suing the states of New York and New Jersey, all for civil rights violations that law enforcement did to me as the male victim of a final domestic violence order. So now Tyrone Blackburn is the lawyer who I hired to sue the city of New York when I'm able to prove that they've been intentionally violating my rights as a male domestic violence victim of intimate partner stalking. Tyrone Blackburn looks into the case. I'm trying to go to law school myself, so I'm somewhat legally savvy. I managed to structure it for him so he can see the allegations of what I'm saying. He totally agrees that they violated my civil rights. He does have experience suing the city and the NYPD, so he decides to issue me a contingent retainer to take my case. During the course of that litigation, me and him start to become cool, and I tell him about my connection to Diddy and Cassie and my interviews with Homeland Security. I think at that time I had been interviewing with Homeland Security maybe 5 months, so I had some time in with the U.S. Attorney's Office. So once I tell him the story about Cassie, he's blown away. He's like, "Oh my God, you're the guy. You're the guy that was sleeping with her." So I said, yeah, I'm probably one of the guys. So he begs me to represent me. He tells me I have an action. Yo, Art, here's the truth. I didn't even know that I had an action against Diddy and Cassie until Tyrone Blackburn. Once I told him how Cassie did the things she did to me, how she forced herself on me on the menstrual cycle, how Diddy paid me, Tyrone Blackburn is the one who told me I had civil action against him. So he tells me I should sue them. He presents his legal arguments of why I can. I'm not going to cap, bro. Okay, they damaged me. I'm entitled to damages. Bet. Let's sue him. He starts asking me about Diddy and sexual assaults. And I said, nah, Diddy never touched me. I said he made a pass at me one time on like some homos, like a homo initiative, but I shut it down. He never touched me. Nothing ever happened. Now, Tyrone has another client, a male escort, who is also suing Cassie, Edmund Laurent. Everybody's talking about my lawsuit, bro. But the truth is, Cassie got sued by two people last week. She got sued by me, and she got sued by the Islander, Edmund Laurent. But Tyrone Blackburn named Cassie as a Jane Doe. The same thing he was trying to do with me to protect Cassie's credibility and keep Diddy looking guilty. This has been a massive conspiracy, bro, with members of attorneys who have been falsifying this stuff to make Diddy look guilty. He is guilty, but they've been manipulating things to make him appear more guilty and make the women appear as though they're victims. Tyrone starts asking me, yo, did he ever do anything to you? I know as a black man, you might not be comfortable. You know, black men are not comfortable talking about their trauma. And I said, we not, bro, but I didn't get raped. And I ain't gonna lie and tell you somebody raped me for some money, because Diddy ain't never raped me, bro. This guy goes and he's repeatedly asking me this for, I want to say, a couple of weeks. He keeps coming back at me trying to tell me that, something had to happen with Diddy. I'm like, bro, Diddy never raped me, bro. I can't lie on this man and tell you he did something to me he didn't do. So eventually Tyrone stops asking me to say that Diddy raped me, and he accepts my allegations for exactly what they are, which they are today.
With all the money that Diddy have, and I'm listening to you and everything you telling me, so I'm going off of what you telling me. Why didn't he go get penis surgery? I mean, he got the money to do it. I mean, you can have any girl.
I don't know, bro. I don't know why he didn't try to figure out a way to deal with this issue. And let me be fair to him, because I can't give you an exact size of this man's, like, I wasn't looking at him. I'm not really on it like that. But I know from the way Cassie treated him and certain times that I would see him, that I was considerably larger than him. I couldn't tell you what he is, but I know I was considerably larger than him. So maybe he was at a point in his life, he had so much money and so much like influence that he was cool with making his own little movies. So it was okay for him to sit back and watch a dude slut out his girl. I really think that's the type of time Diddy was on. I don't even think Diddy cared about his penis size, honestly. He could do whatever he want. But see, we thinking like that because we're not super rich men. He gets the same passion and lust out of these women with the money, bro. The money turns these women on. He don't need the biggest penis in the world. He need the biggest pocket. And then he can get a fool like me to come in, sex out the girl, take turns here and there. He's giving the girl what he wants, and he's still satisfying beautiful women.
You personally, do you think Diddy gay?
That's a tricky question, yo. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was a time where I would have said yes, but this was before the prosecution's case of Diddy. And I gotta be fair, yo. Like, I didn't see none of the gay stuff they talking about. He did that one thing to me that I interpret as him trying to proposition me when he asked me if I was gay and put his rectum in my view. But there are
Pause.
Wow.
Pause.
Wow.
Pause, nigga.
Wow.
Pause.
That man say that shit. That straight man say. Wow.
I ain't never had no straight. Nah, man. I don't even, they even talk like that. That's crazy.
People who made allegations that Diddy raped them. And here's my thing with that, Art. I'm a grown man. If somebody drugs me and rapes me, or somebody drugs me, and I pass out and I wake up and my anus is hurting, and I'm still in the room with the person who raped me, and they say, yeah, I did that. I'm not walking out of that room unscathed. I'm beating the hell out that nigga. So my whole thing is, all of these men who saying Diddy raped him and he was still in the room, what type of man is you, bro? You try to tell me this man raped you, and I don't give a damn how much money Sean Combs has. If Sean Combs would have raped me and drugged me and I woke up and my rectum was hurting, I'm trying to kill him. I don't care how many bodyguards.
This nigga something else, girl.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, man. Like I said, this shit is up and down, man. But goddamn. So now we know she got two people that's trying to file lawsuits. Why y'all wait months after she inherited her 20 million? I think she got like two.
That's the reason why.
Yeah. That's
Salute,
crazy.
salute, Nino boy.
What did you do? What's that?
How you doing?
Let's go.
Because he has around, there's no way I'm gonna quietly walk out of this room and hold the fact that Diddy ripped me to myself for a decade. So to ask, do I think he's gay? I think he might be bisexual, but I don't think he's directly, overtly like. I don't think he's like directly just I'm gay. I think he's like a closet bisexual, and I think he's in serious denial of his attraction to men. I definitely think that. As I was sitting through the prosecution, I kind of realized how much people was lying on him, and it's gonna sound crazy, but I feel bad for him. I was honestly gonna do this podcast with a free Diddy shirt on, because yes, Diddy's guilty, but Diddy should not go to jail for things that he is not completely guilty of. While these women get to go free and pretend to be victims, that is wrong. There's no justice in the American legal system. If a criminal defendant can lie to prosecutors and make prosecutors think that their actual criminality is victimhood that's imposed on them by someone else, and dozens of other people could confirm the fact that these people were involved. I believe this Diddy trial was the biggest slap in the face to the Me Too movement in actual victims that we'll ever see. This was a joke.
So how you feel about the verdict? Him beating the RICO and him being found guilty on prostitution.
I think that was 100% accurate. I think that jury did a great job. The way the prosecution presented their case, they presented the case as a house of lies built on pillars of truth, if that makes sense. The lies that were visible were the victims that they created, like Cassie and Jane. But the truth of the matter was they built Cassie's victimhood up. They built Jane's victimhood up on men like myself who had been victimized. Cassie wasn't sex trafficked. Cassie sex trafficked me to LA and Florida. But they're telling you that Diddy made her fly me to LA and Florida, but they're not letting me tell my side of the story, which is that I know Diddy didn't make her sex traffic me to Florida. This is something she wanted to do for beef. So basically what they allowed these women to do was I want to say withdraw their consent and claim that it was forced and ignore the actual male prostitutes that this RICO case should have been based on. If you look at RICO prosecutions and sex trafficking prosecutions, it's always against black pimps in recent times anyway. And the way they catch black pimps is they'll catch a couple of his girls. They'll clean up the little dopehead white girls or black girls, whatever they are, clean them up, get them into programs, all of this, make them look respectable.
That's crazy.
For a jury. Then they put them on the stand against this pimp. The girls talk about how they got paid for sex, how dude trafficked them across lines, how he beat them, and the pimp gets 100 years in jail. Now look at Diddy's prosecution. Diddy's prosecution is the only Mann Act sex trafficking RICO case I've ever found where the prostitutes were not the foundation of the case. Instead, the government tried to use the co-conspirators and use the actual prostitutes to verify what the co-conspirators were saying. That's why they lost. They tried to dupe the American public by deceiving millions of people to legitimately think Cassie was a victim. And I think the jury saw that Jane and Cassie were complicit, but they also saw that Diddy did violate the Mann Act when he paid gentlemen like me to travel across state lines to sleep with these women. And I think that's why he got convicted, because there was no way around that. You could prove that Diddy paid male prostitutes to travel from one state to another. That has nothing to do with the women's complicity. It only takes him actually paying the male prostitute. So the jury did a good job. They convicted him of what the prosecution actually proved he did.
October 3rd.
So, nigga, Diddy is in jail behind your ass, basically what you said.
Male whores.
Oh, that's
female
crazy.
whores, but male whores, yeah.
But this the cold thing about it. He paid for male escorts for Cassie. Nigga,
No, not for Cassie, but for both of them. For the enjoyment of both
he
of
want
them.
to be entertained by this shit too.
Yeah, because he rubbed that man juice on his nipples. So
all right, we gonna go with all that shit.
He did.
I gotta ask you, what's your prediction? You think he gonna do time for prostitution, or he gonna be let free?
As a victim of this situation, I don't think any of this is fair. I think Diddy should have went to jail for the rest of his life. And I think the primary reason that didn't happen is because of the bias of the 6 white women prosecutors in the U.S. Attorney's Office. They did this. They screwed all of us that they had in this trial, participating in this for 2 years, and then they literally told us to F off when it was over. The only 2 people they really care about is Cassie and Jane. Now, what I think Diddy should get with this sentence for the 2 charges, this trial showed me that Diddy is incredibly sexually depraved and has serious issues with domestic violence. As a man who advocates for this and someone who's been through this, I think Diddy needs counseling and a good damn program. I don't think he needs to go to jail. This guy has a serious sex addiction. That's one. He definitely has issues with sexual depravity. So you
just said he deserved life. What the fuck is you?
Exactly.
You just said I think Diddy should have did
I'm
life.
telling you, this dude's all over.
This nigga,
all
man.
over the place.
All in less than a paragraph. Less than a paragraph. This nigga right here.
Yep.
This is nasty work.
Someone said not
put him
ass,
in
but
prison
rectum.
is not going to
Yeah.
fix that. You know what I'm saying? To put him in prison, you're just going to let him sit there and not address his issues. So if I actually intend to write a letter to the court too for his sentencing, I'm going to recommend he get counseling.
Man, get the fuck out of it. Oh my God, cuz.
And he crossed his legs on it.
So I think so. It's look, man. It's no way they can refile on his case, man. You if you wanted to take Diddy's side, you could have said, "Yo, you did some fucked up shit to me, nigga." But when he was out, you could have had access to that nigga, man. You could have, testified
Yeah, but the
on.
whole thing is that he's trying to go out. He's trying to go against Cassie. The whole thing, this whole thing we've been watching, he's going against Cassie.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying he's saying she's a co-conspirator. She's not the victim in this. So we're gonna see.
He needs counseling. He needs a drug program. If y'all want to put him in jail with counseling and a drug program, cool. But that man needs therapy and counseling. He don't need to be in the jail for the rest of his life because he's sexually depraved and he has anger issues with women. He hasn't killed any women. He hasn't maimed any women. And even the abuse that he did impose, unfortunately, on these women, they did heal from it. They might not have healed internally, but he didn't murder any of them. So I don't think he should go to jail for 15, 10 years for a conspiracy that the government failed to properly establish. No. Since they did it this way, the man should get 24 months, some drug programs, some domestic violence counseling, some anger management, and they should let him fix his life. What I am going to say as a last note is I think that if Diddy got out, Diddy would never make this damn mistake again. I think this guy learned his lesson.
But he would, though.
Yeah, he definitely not gonna make this mistake again. But
this. What y'all think?
I heard that he got in trouble for making Pruno.
I think Diddy about to fly straight. I think Diddy about to. You think Diddy gonna fly straight when he jump out of there?
Yo, nah, man. He's gonna be smarter because you got to realize, like, even with Bad Boy, he never even had his businesses in his name because what happened when those people died at that basketball game?
Yeah,
I think he's gonna figure out a way to be, more exclusive. No direct access. You know what I'm saying? Shit, no flying the motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers got to pay to meet him.
And I think I sent you a video. I don't know if it was AR or nothing or whatever, but it was a video with Trump. He's talking about something about like and it said Diddy's coming out with a new album. It was a Tony Ayo, like it was some crazy shit like Trump. He got the Trump card. Literally, he has a Trump card because Trump is in all of these videos. One thing I will say about Diddy is that he is very smart because he recorded everything before this social media era that we're in, where everybody's recording everything. He recorded every fucking thing, everything. So that's what makes me feel like he has a deal with for this whole Rico thing. I think it was just like a show. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a weak ass case. And they know that they had to show something because he's gotten accused of so many things over time, like with the Shine case. You know what I'm saying? That basketball thing. People.
I'll tell you this though. Diddy would never be broke. He didn't. Yeah, he gave up 20-something million dollars, but he would never be broke ever because he never had none of this shit in his name. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always tell people about
LLCs,
LLCs, and you know what I'm saying, and trust. Get it in the trust. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I hope people be listening because, man, like I said, man, we ain't gonna be here forever. We gotta leave this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that when you get somebody like me that be speaking that shit that could really potentially help your family in the long run, take heed to that shit. Stop having your money in a bank account. Go put it in a trust account. Go, you know what I'm saying, and turn it into an LLC and protect your assets. Because when you die, the bank is taking that shit from you, and then you have your children got to go through probate court and all this other weird shit. Y'all learn how to protect y'all money with whatever little money that you got. I don't care if you got $30,000 in the bank. If you die, that goes to your children. Like
but that's Diddy. Everything is in Justin and his mother's name.
And his mother's name, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Let's go.
Smart.
Cassie, break that down for the people.
Okay, let's see. The lawsuit itself, I have no intention on litigating this lawsuit against Douglas Wigdor. He is an experienced personal injury attorney. I filed the lawsuit myself because I do know how to file a complaint as someone who's trying to become a lawyer now. Tyrone Blackburn, again, he held back my valid allegations for over a year to protect Cassie's credibility. So I realized that there was a statute of limitation expiration issue coming up. This is why I actually drafted my own complaint to protect my allegations and to protect my right to sue Diddy and Cassie when an actual attorney stepped up, which I'm dealing with now. The lawsuit.
Smart. He drafted it himself. That's a very smart way. I've seen a lot of people take that route and actually get it through without no timing, because it takes time to put up those drafts. But I don't know if he's trying to take this to court by himself all the way through and through. Yeah, you entitled to legal counsel, but in a civil suit, I believe you can go pro se, however they call it. Let's
You
go.
can't. He's gonna get something, but it's not gonna be like a whole lot. He's going. I mean, to him, it will be a whole lot. But yeah.
Right, because think about it. She don't want to live through this again. It's a lot. And what we just heard today, niggas, you letting this nigga piss on you, spit in your mouth, and you wiping this nigga semen all over. That's a
That
lot,
sounds like
man.
fucking what's the name?
Wow.
I'm gonna pee on you. Yeah. That's shit. That he's definitely. That's the thing. He knows he's not gonna get like millions, but hundreds of thousands to somebody who don't have a lot. That's shit. I'll take it. Shit. I'll
Yeah.
take it. I'll take
Suit is not a
300,000.
direct attack
Right.
on Cassie. It's not trying to diminish her victimhood, bro. I'm not doing any of that. I'm telling the damn truth. The same truth I told to the U.S. Attorney's Office that they knew. The same thing that Cassie's lawyer has been approached with for over a year with demand letters from not only myself, but Tyrone Blackburn. The general public thinks that my lawsuit and these allegations are new. Cassie's lawyer knows they're not new. Cassie knows they're not new. Maureen Comey of the U.S. Attorney's Office knows it's not new. And the attorneys of Sean Combs all know the allegations of Clayton Howard are true and have been mentioned for the last year and a half. The only major difference is now that the government cannot stop me from speaking out publicly like they were doing before the trial. This is why people see me now, because the truth is people need to know that Cassie lied. It's not about freeing Diddy. It's about proving that they were both involved in this. They were both guilty. And Cassie should not walk because she lied to federal prosecutors and was able to manipulate the public to take down somebody that they hated just because they hate him because he's done a lot of stuff. That's wrong.
So what are you looking to get out this lawsuit?
The truth, justice, bro. I don't think Cassie should have been able to lie her way out of this situation. I don't really care what anybody thinks, the Me Too supporters, the women who don't want to accept the fact that Cassie could have been involved. Cassie has victims. Just because Cassie claims that she was in a situation where she was forced and Diddy was making her do things, it didn't excuse her from victimizing other people like me. Nobody told her to force herself on me on her period. No one told her to.
Oh my God, so she made you run a red light, nigga.
I told you. He's just harping on that shit.
He's still harvesting on that motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, man. But I tell you this, Cassie needs. You don't run from this. Don't run from this. Just pay these niggas off. He just wants some money. You know this nigga ain't nothing. Get a nigga 250. Get the other nigga 250. That's 500,000. Come on, man. You got these niggas out the way. They can't speak on this shit for 100 years. These niggas that die 40 years. You know you do some shit like that, right? Because you can't stay indefinite when you're doing that with those. You got to come with a 10 or a 30-year, 40-year type of shit. But yeah, man, this is crazy. Oh, man. That nigga killing me with the Nike snack shirt on and the cross in his leg. Oh, man. The Ray-Bans on. So, yeah,
I tell you.
he's recording the interviewer. That's crazy.
Drugged me with an ecstasy dosage 3 times what she told me. These are things that she did because she wanted to keep a situation convenient for her. I think Cassie needs to be held accountable. That's my mission, bro. It's justice. I've been denied justice too long. The prosecutors, Tyrone Blackburn, they all work to suppress things against Cassie and deny me my valid justice. If Cassie could get justice and lie through her teeth on Diddy, Clayton Howard should get justice if he worked for 2 years, told the U.S. Attorney's Office the truth, and they were able to indict this man off of what I told them. I'm entitled to justice, and that's what I want.
So now we know Diddy was partial indicted behind his testimony.
Yeah. So for anybody that doesn't understand or doesn't know, Cassie Ventura filed a civil lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, um, alleging physical abuse, and all kinds of things. And that also included the 10-year, what's it called? The music, the 10-year music, not music, but what's it called?
Record contract.
Yeah, exactly. That has a lot to do with, when you're talking about, she signed a contract expecting a certain whatever he agreed to in the contract, and it didn't go through. So before this whole Rico case, she filed that. I read the whole 30-page thing, and so that was kind of a setup. Her lawyers told her to do that, and she got, that's why how she got to like the 28 million or 20 million or whatever she got. And
Yeah.
then they went into the federal case. So that's the way she was able to be what's it called, a key witness. So that's the reason why she's not being sued for all the things that she was involved in. She was key witness. I don't know what that whole legal jargon, what she signed to do that. That makes her exempt. It's kind of like a proffer, I guess, whatever, like Keefe
Mhm.
D and all that. So that's the reason why she's not being sued for that. That's the reason why, because she testified
No,
for
that makes
the,
sense. That makes sense what you're saying.
yeah, so because she that made it so that she testified for the defense. Um and so she was like kind of, he's not going to be able to get any money for that. He's not, so
Yeah. Well, all right. So I guess we're gonna have to do part 2 tomorrow, man. But shout out to everybody in the live for rocking. This was overwhelmed. I'm stoked the fact that
3 hours. Yeah.
this shit was, man. I don't know how to tell y'all. This nigga right here, boy. You mean to tell me did he get to watch you jack off? He's looking
Yeah.
at you and you cool with that shit, and you say you ahead
All
of
in the baby oil, all in the
all
video,
that
all in the
shit.
baby oil.
He's talking to you while you ask. Come on, cuz nigga better not even look at me if I'm fucking a
I'm just
bitch with you. All that.
saying.
Yeah, matter of fact, nigga, you going there first, nigga. I'm not finna double team. Ain't no, hell nah, ain't nigga. Cause you touch me bodily, nigga. I'm put on my clothes and sock the shit out you, homie. I don't get down like
But the
that.
whole thing is like I feel like his whole gross out, like everybody has a boundary. You know what I'm saying? Some people will suck toes or this, that, or whatever, but his whole boundary was the whole, she was on her period. He kept saying that over and over and over again. Like she was a beautiful woman, but she was on her period. So I feel like I should get some money because I fucked her on her period. That's weird to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, this is my time, man. So I'm gonna get back on with this shit tomorrow, man. So y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all
For
tomorrow.
sure.
G. I'll see y'all
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Peace.
All right.
Mom's way, so I know how to shoot, I know how to fight. I tell you once, don't tell you twice. I'm real discreet, the thief in the night. Yeah. If I call you.